We are live.
We are live. Sorry, guys, I'm eating. We are live, so let's wait for a few people to get in here. Of course, we got Crystal up here. We've got Ghost. We've got Paula. She'll be back with us. She froze up. Let us know how the weather is up her way. So people should be there. There's Farmhouse, Lady Raiden, Morning Glory, Ronnie, hello. Leanne, thank you everybody for coming in. We've got a few more people coming up. Simply Coastal will be with us soon. And IBL Hugs. Ray, hello, honey. Thank you for coming in. Morning Glory. Thank you everybody for coming in. I appreciate it. Okay, honey, thank you. Yes, if everybody would share, I'd greatly appreciate it. We're going to get the latest update. And we've got Crystal with us, and we're just going to go ahead and get this taken care of. Cheryl, hello, everybody. But I want to remind everybody also that, hi, Conklin, I'm worried about you. You, Conklin, I'm worried about you. Michelle, hugs. Colleen, hello. Thank you, lady. I appreciate that. Miss Kitty, hello, Darl. Now, I also want to tell everybody that it is 9/11 today. And hi, Andy's Journey. And I want you all to make sure that you keep everyone, 9/11 victims, their families, the United States of America, in your prayers today. Hi, Oda May, my little doll. So, hi, Jane B. Tragic, tragic day, 17 years ago. I can't believe how fast things go by, Ghost.
Yeah, 17 years ago.
It just seems
June
like
Doll's
yesterday. June, my love, how are you? Hello, hello. Oh, June Gall. Exactly, Andy. Hugs, Andy. Why are you sad, June? Are you sad because it's 9/11, honey? Yep, 17. Yep. It's crazy. Tonight, if y'all wouldn't mind posting Ghost's channel for me, please. And also Bull Run Paranormal for me and Crystals. Tonight, Ghost is going to be, well, tell them about it, Ghost.
Well, we're going to be doing a panel on my channel, kind of a remembrance type stream. Going to be some epic YouTubers on there. Green Bay Wacky, Lunatic Dad, Uber Goober, Lou Rock, Boomer Rock, Cab 7's going to be there. Fireman CV, Aniki, JoJo and Brian, myself, Lady Swan, and we'll be bringing, like, as people drop off the panel, we'll be bringing people in out of the chat to showcase their story of what they remember from that day. And you know, everybody has a story from that day. Everybody remembers where they were and what they were doing. And we've got veterans, we've got first responders. I think Bull Run, you said Bull Run wanted to come up.
Yes.
Get Bull Run up there. You know, she was boots on the ground at 9/11, and she has a story to share. And there's just so many different stories out there that I'm afraid that I won't be able to get them all in one panel, but we're going to try. You know, there's so many stories out there.
Now, Kitty just posted your link. So everybody go over there, show Ghost Mafia some love. It's a great channel. You'll really like it. Now, what time is this going to be, Ghost?
This is going to be at 8 p.m. this evening.
Eastern Standard Time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, earlier than our regular shows usually are, but want to, get that prime time, get everybody in there and let everybody share. as much as possible.
Thank you for doing that, Kitty, for me. I really appreciate that. We're waiting for Paula to come back up. Hi, NC Slot. Nice to see you again in here, hon. So remember, at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be doing, me, like I've got a turd in my pocket. Ghost is going to be doing a panel on 9/11. We're going to have some veterans up there. We're going to have quite a few people up there talking about where they were at, what they were doing at that day and time. So my love and my heart goes out to everyone that was involved with 9/11 and for the people in the United States of America. Did you say Post Bull runs Ghost, Mafia, and Crystal? Yes, ma'am, please. Yes. Simply Coastal is going to try getting on here as soon as he can. Make sure that you share this stream. Every day at noon, we'll be getting updates. Ronnie said Harvey was bad with all the flooding. I can't imagine what Florence is going to leave behind. Yes, exactly. Amanda Love, hello, doll. Thank you, Miss Kitty. I really appreciate it. And if you could keep doing Ghost Mafia's channel, I'd really appreciate it, and Paula's. Hey, BT. So let's go ahead and start with this. Crystal, are you still with us, honey? Hey, sweetie. I think she muted herself.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay, honey. Tell us what's going on.
Right now, everybody's grabbing everything they can and getting the last bit of preparations. I was just at Lowe's about 45 minutes ago, and while at Lowe's, everybody was pretty much getting the last of all the generators in Lowe's, and all the board, duct tape, all the essentials that you can get. And now I'm in Food Line. Food Line's a little not as packed as I was expecting, but they are fully stocked up again. They got bread, water, most of your canned good foods. So we're in here grabbing the last bit of stuff right now.
And where is it you're going to be? So that we know you're going to be okay.
Right now we're kind of still on the edge of what exactly we're going to do. Right now we're here still. Everybody's kind of trying to figure out what we can do if we do have to evacuate. Like I said earlier, we have 7 adults, 2 dogs, so we're going to try to play that one out. If we do go, we're going to basically try to stick everybody in 2 vehicles and go northwest out the corner of the hurricane. We have 3 escape routes that we can use. One of them is the first responders evacuation route. If we do have to pull out and go, we can go straight out through the evacuation route, get right on and go more northwest, which kind of gets us out of the storm pretty fast. We're going to be on the right side of the eye.
Do you understand that you're going to be trying to outrun 150-mile or higher winds?
We're basically, when they said we have until about tomorrow night to figure out how it's going to hit, where it's going to hit, and to stay or go, is what we got told this morning.
Okay, so they didn't, did they take back that evacuation? A mandatory evacuation?
It's mandatory evacuation for all the inland coast of North Carolina is absolutely mandatory. They are pretty much kicking everybody out. The island's been fully evacuated. All the inner coast, most of Sneed's Ferry was evacuated. Certain parts of Jacksonville's been evacuated out already as well.
Okay.
CNN is reporting Wilmington, North Carolina. CNN. Hurricane Florence has the potential to cause massive damage to parts of the Southwest and Mid-Atlantic United States, and not just in the coastal areas where the storm aims to make landfall. Thursday night, officials warn more than 1 million people face mandatory evacuation orders Tuesday in coastal areas of Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, as one of the strongest hurricanes to come towards the eastern seaboard in decades. Category 4 storm that may approach Category 5 strength near shore. Tropical storm winds are due to reach coasts of North and South Carolina late Wednesday night, and hurricane force winds may be felt around noon Thursday ahead of the landfall, likely Thursday night.
I spoke to one of the fire marshals right here in my area this morning when I left the house about if we were in evacuation, and he told me where our location is. We're still okay, but they do highly still recommend evacuation at this point. We are on higher ground, so for them, that's why they said it.
Okay, so my next question is to you then. You just heard what Ghost said.
Yeah.
Why in the hell aren't you getting the fuck out of there? What
I'm
is your
trying to get
holdup?
everybody to just
Shame
come
on
and
you.
go.
You just need to get together. You need to get the hell out of there. This is a life or death situation, girlfriend.
I'm more or less, I just don't want to leave the people that I have with me here. We're trying to figure out how we can get everybody out is what basically it's coming down to today. Everybody's running around right now trying to figure out how we can fit everybody in the vehicles, pack up the essentials, and get everybody go.
Well, when is that going to be? Because I want to see you kids out of there. You know I'm going to be worried to death, and so is everybody else. This is nothing to mess around with or play. Martyr,
Now the question is, where do you run to? Because according to this, those powerful storm surges and winds will pose deadly threats, as well as long periods of heavy rain beyond the Carolinas and Virginia. The threat of inland flooding extends into next week to parts of Tennessee, Georgia, West Virginia, Ohio, Maryland, and Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's where, and that's the scary part is the one place that I was planning on going was West. I have a cousin that lives out towards Raleigh, and he's like, they're leaving now because of the way how extensive it's coming and how now the path is showing straight through like it is. So I'm just sitting here like crap. No, my only way of getting everybody to understand is we got to go northwest. You can't go in west. You can't go eastern anymore because regardless which way we go or south, we're going to be in more of the path than what we are right now. We need to just go like a north path.
Okay, hang on just a minute. Welcome, Nippy and Lace and everybody else that's come in. Evelyn, I'm not screaming at her, honey. I'm really concerned for her. My question to you is, okay, so how many people like you are thinking exactly the same thing? They're going to leave out of there at the last minute, and you know what's going to happen? They're going to be stuck. And
surprisingly, there's a lot more people who are just like, oh, this is nothing, we're just staying. And I'm going, if you can leave, there's no fucking reason for you to stay. If you can leave, get the fuck out of here.
Simply Coastal said, he's headed back home. I'm in town heading back to my house. We evacuate in the AM. What happened, Coastal? Because what's going to happen, Chris, I'm just really concerned. You know, you've got all these people, but there's thousands of people thinking exactly the same thing you are, baby girl.
Jeff Byard from the Federal Emergency Management Agency Associate Administrators said Tuesday morning it's going to be a long-term recovery. This is not going to be a storm that we recover from in just days. And that's the problem with like evacuating to the north. You're going to get out and you're going to be safe for the storm, but getting back home again, you're going to be going through areas of flooding and things. It's going to be a lot harder to get home if you're traveling north to south again to get home. I would say probably over towards the Alabama area would be the safest place to head towards right now with the way that the storm is going inland and upward. You know, getting back down to the Carolinas after the storm is going to be just as hard as traveling through the storm because you're going to be going in through a lot of areas of flooding and disaster to get back home.
And you said there's 7 adults that are going to be trying to get out with you, Crystal?
Yep. It's me, Doughboy, We have 3 buddies, one of our buddies' mom and sister.
Love you, Evelyn. Thank you, honey. Well, okay. So my only thing I want to say to you, honey, is you guys need to do this ASAP. I don't know what's holding you up, but please, please.
Believe it, it's jobs, because even though we're in a state of emergency, our companies, 3 of us companies are still not closing their doors. They still expect us to come to work.
Right.
And they refuse. I know, like me and one of the other kids, we're supposed to, and Brian, we all get paid Friday, Saturday, and we all ask to have an advance on our check, and the same bosses are like, no, sorry.
Okay.
They won't give them their advances. And then, it's,
So, okay.
I think it's
so
more or less too the fear of we leave and we can't get back to go to work. We lose our jobs.
Okay, so you still need some assistance, correct?
Yeah, I mean, our problem is going to be getting a hotel room. We've got the gas in the vehicle. We got the food to take with us. We got this. We spent the money to prepare for to stay, thinking a day ago, that we'd be able to bunker this out. But then it's not breaking down like everybody was hoping.
Okay,
I think
Crystal?
it was more having that passion of saying, okay, there's still a little part in the back of your head that's telling you, oh, it's going to slow down like the last few, but it's not, and it's coming in even more full force.
Right. Okay. So, Crystal, I want you to put your PayPal in the chat. Same way with you, Coastal. Put your PayPals in the chat. There's Bull Run. Just put FEMA. Thank you very much, Ronnie. Thank you. Thank you, Paula. Jenna, hugs, everybody. Hugs, Colleen. Okay. So, let's put your PayPal in there. Let's get some cash so she can get a motel room. Same way with Simply Coastal. Simply Coastal, if you could put your PayPal in the room, please. Who else needs help? All you have to do is put a 1 in the chat. We'll make sure you get some help. Please, please get some help. There is another lady. I got a DM. Let me find it if I can remember. Hang on. Let me see if I can find. Oh yeah, there she is.
Hi, Colleen.
Okay. Is there a gal in the chat by the name of Rhonda? Rhonda Blackburn.
Looking.
Rhonda, if you're in the chat, could you put a 1 in, please? Colleen needs help. Colleen, could you put your babe? Thank you, Otame. Robin Blackburn. Colleen, can you put your PayPal, please? Where are you located at, Colleen?
CNN reports the hurricane center weakened slightly Tuesday morning, but the storm should get stronger Tuesday morning. We do expect the storm's eye to get its act together again later today and become that almost Category 5 storm at 150 to 155 mile per hour winds.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, keep putting your PayPal in there. Look at that. Here she's showing the skies right now, if y'all can see that. We can't hear you, babe. You got your mic covered.
That's it. And that's facing away from the water, right towards the water. I got in Chicago, it was nice and sunny, and it's just got dark again.
Right. Wow. So I want you to keep putting in your PayPal, if you could, please. I'm going to go back to showing. Ghost is doing all my sharing for me. Thank you, Ghost. I'm up near Charlotte. If anybody wants to hold up here, I have floor space and a couch. Thank you. I'm very scared this has to be the worst storm I've ever seen. May the gods watch over all of you. Yes, absolutely. Rhonda Blackburn, are you here in the chat? If you are, please say something. I understand that we can help you if you need some help. What do you got to say, Paula?
People need to stop and think that this storm is going to be on par with Katrina. And even though, you know, people think most about New Orleans, you know, because that's where a lot of the flooding was. New Orleans got a glancing blow from Katrina. Ground zero was Pearlington, Mississippi. And I actually spent time in Pearlington after Katrina, and it literally picked up cargo ships, and the storm surge pushed those ships up onto shore a good, you know, 2 to 3 blocks, and people lost houses because ships landed on them and their houses were completely washed away. This is going to be a storm on that par. Do not wait to the last minute. There is no job, no nothing that is worth losing your life over. And
yep,
it sucks, you know, like even up here where we have a lot of flooding, because parts of Northern Virginia, especially in Old Town Alexandria and like, are below sea level and they're prone to flooding. We have levees up here. And when people don't listen to the mandatory evacuations that we give them, we tell them to take a Sharpie and permanent ink marker and write their name, date of birth, and social security number on one arm, and their next of kin's name and a phone number on the other one, so we can call your next of kin when we find your body.
They have now started doing mandatory evacuations along the Maryland coastline as well.
Exactly. They've started evacuations in Tangier Island in Virginia, and in that Chesapeake Bay Peninsula on the eastern shore of Virginia. They've issued for like Ocracoke and Assateague and Accomack County. This is no joke, people. It's no joke, you know, and you're talking to someone who spent 31 years in the fire service. Don't take this lightly. And it's going to be, you know, I'm sorry, but most businesses are going to be shut down, and you're going to be gone for 2 weeks because it's going to take that long to even get things, roads cleared from trees and everything else, and get help down there. You know, I went down to Charleston after Hugo. It's nothing to mess with. And
okay.
you know, people can't help if you know, you want to be, you know, a volunteer and help and everything. You can't help by staying and end up being a statistic instead.
And don't think that if you're not in the storm's path that you can't be affected by it, because if the power goes out to a full grid, there could be power outages clear up into New York and even Maine when a grid goes down.
Okay, Colleen, can you tell me where you're located at, hon, and what you need? Right now, we've got 3 people here that are in need of some help. We've got Colleen, we've got Simply Coastal, we've got Crystal. Crystal cannot leave because of funds to find anywhere else to stay. Coastal needs the same thing for Coastal. He's got a family, including a disabled mother he's trying to take care of. And Colleen, I just posted the 3 PayPals, folks. So if you could Coastal, I wish you could get on, baby.
We're over here just realizing our neighbor left and evacuated. And he's the cop.
And he's the cop. He evacuated.
He's the cop and he just left us.
Okay, Colleen is near Myrtle Beach. She's a half hour, a little bit more. So is Bless This Mess okay? From what I saw on Twitter, she was leaving town.
Yeah, she was in her car last night leaving. So as far as I know, they're on their way to their location right now.
Well, that's I was watching Rebel State Sovereign last night. He was saying about the police that stay in the area. But the thing with that is not all the police stay in the area. Just like you just seen, these uniforms have families too, and just the same as, you know, that job is not worth your life or your family's life. That police officer is a person just like you or I. And
That's
he's
right.
his family too. So, you know, looting, things like that go on. If you believe that there's going to be a heavy police presence in the area, don't count on it, because those police officers are people too, and they have families, and they're just as concerned about their families as you are for yours. So,
Well, and a lot of times, Ghost, you know, a lot of the first responders, they end up, as the storm approaches, pulling back and going inland to shelter assets so that then they can take them back in after the storm has passed. But during the height of the storm, you're not going to get a fire truck. You're not going to get a police car. You're not going to get
anything.
Like you're not going to get anything.
Do you remember they had to bring in helicopters to rescue people?
So, you know, the best thing you can do is to get out, if you possibly can, because then that gives,
that's right.
you know, even FEMA is now, FEMA mobilizes assets, you know, by calling in urban search and rescue teams, because there's a system called EMACS, and it's EMACS, and those are emergency management kind of contracts. When a governor declares a state of emergency, then they sign these EMAC requests to the federal government, and then FEMA manages everything, and they manage the assets. So you have to, and that includes power companies, the whole 9 yards, from other parts of the United States. So they're not staging the assets right in the center of the storm. They stage the assets in a safe zone and then move them in during the, you know, recovery phase. And the recovery phase is going to last weeks for this storm.
So, you know, I Marie, honey, I know that. Prayers. Just remember, everybody, these people need out. See, NC SWAT guy is willing to help. Kim Kiefer is willing to help. There's people out here willing to help. I'm putting their PayPals out there. If you need, okay, Coastal, if you need anything, contact these people. The people that are willing to help, you've got Danny G, Boss Babe, NC SWAT Guy, Carrie Allman, Kim Kiefer, TPG. You're getting all kinds of people willing to help. Please get a hold of these people, and they will help you. Also, I keep putting in their, if you guys could keep putting in their PayPals for me, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, this storm's going to hit everybody. This is going to affect more than just the people getting hit. Definitely, for sure. Raiden.
It went from 792,871 total homes exposed in 1940 when the hurricane hit in the same area to 11,301,776 homes affected this year. That's a 1,325% increase in the number of homes within the area where this hurricane is going to hit.
Hugs.
My mind is on the island.
I'm here. I'm sorry. It took me a while to get through traffic.
That's okay. What's going on, babe? Tell us what's going on.
Here, everyone is evacuating, boarding up, bringing in boats. I was helping my neighbors. They live just a couple houses down. They did not have but a half a tank of gas in their truck, and no, they don't get paid until Friday.
Oh,
And so I went and gave them $20 worth of gas, um,
oh,
out of mine to make sure that they have a 5-year-old little boy, so they can get out of here. At least, a full tank of
that
gas
was
will
sweet of
get
you.
them to Raleigh or past Raleigh.
Right, right. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you for doing that.
And
Now,
there's elderly people trying to put up their boards on the windows and stuff like that in the neighborhood. So the neighborhood is just kind of out, helping each other board up and clean yards and stuff like that.
there's still elderly there?
Yes, there are people that are not leaving. Elderly people who refuse to leave that have been here, and they're just not going anywhere.
And what is the traffic like there?
Bumper to bumper.
Okay.
70 west coming out of Morehead City is bumper to bumper going into the next town over, Havelock, Cherry Point. There's delays in the traffic. So we were supposed to go 15 miles inland to Havelock High School. However, that area is now under mandatory evacuation, so we have to go further.
Oh, my word. My word. And you guys are leaving in the morning?
Yes, around 6 a.m.
Havelock's over here by me. Yeah, they're getting everybody over here out. Like I said, I just came home, looked in my backyard, and realized the cop next door is gone.
Yeah,
So everybody's leaving.
Some neighborhoods look like ghost towns.
Mm-mm-mm.
Everything's boarded up, the stores, the restaurants, stuff
Yeah,
like
Jane,
that.
me either. I can't stand the elderly.
And there are boats everywhere. People are parking their boats everywhere and tying them down. So that's another big thing. There will be boats everywhere, literally, coming in on shore. Those that have not taken their boats out of the water, people that have boats sitting beside their house, people that have boats in their front and backyards will end up in someone else's yard or on their house.
Right, right. Oh my gosh.
So I've been out trying to, and we met a guy at the marina. I went this morning to buy adult size life vest because I don't know how far inland it's going to flood. So unless we get to the mountains, even then we could still. So we all now have life vests.
Thank you, Oda Mae, for doing that, honey. Yes, thank you.
I got
Yeah.
6 adult, and of course I got the kids theirs yesterday, and I got a small one for the neighbor's child.
Oh, bless your heart. Thank you for helping them, simply. Thank you, thank you. Please download the FEMA app. If you could, again, please. App so that you can apply for food assistance ASAP. Make sure your correct banking info for direct deposit. If a cash assistance, they may provide it if you need that.
Is that through FEMA?
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
they were going this morning from
thank you,
door to
Paula.
door, not FEMA, but the local emergency management, the police were out in the neighborhoods knocking on doors, handing out flyers, telling people to please evacuate, that you will not get a response in the middle of the storm. If something happens, they will not be able to get to you until the storm is over. They are sending 6,500 military, National Guard, to this area surrounding after the storm.
Okay, so just hang tight real quick. Simply, let me see. Sonia wants to know how many have been told to evacuate.
I'm under mandatory evacuation.
I think we all are at this point.
The whole
All of
coastline.
North Carolina just about is.
At this
Okay.
point, it's like the whole coastline, and then they're starting to add on to it. So the list is actually growing as we speak. There's no way to tell exactly how many has been told to evacuate right now because the list keeps growing.
Okay,
Right.
and do not leave your pets behind. When it's a state of emergency, they cannot turn you down. You take your pets with you. Make sure you have your leashes and food.
Yeah.
Oh, Conklin, good idea. Conklin says impromptu flotation device, wrap a pillow and trash bag and duct tape closed.
And here on my screen, there's a basic disaster supply kit checklist.
I see that. I've got you.
Check that out.
Yep, there's a supply list that Ghost has put up for everybody.
Yeah, we
Once
all have one too, Paula. We have a to-go bag. We're packing stuff in the car. And what we've been doing is putting everything off the floor, like TVs, and I'm going to put my computer away. We're wrapping things up in hefty bags and putting them on the beds and things like that up off the floor. So hopefully the water won't get to them, but you know, it is what it is. We can't stop it.
Colleen needs some help. She's down in Myrtle Beach. Please, everybody, even if it's $1, it can make a big difference for these people. It's a matter of, you know, making sure they're out of there, evacuated.
Texas, I'm
Texas
sending you a
Farmhouse
link.
asked for, okay.
I got it.
Do you need a link, Farmhouse?
Social security cards, proof of residence. And proof of residence is a big thing because if you go home after the fact and there's devastation, military presence or police presence may not let you back into your area without the proof that you live there.
Yes, they said that we must have an ID with the city and the town, an address in town here to get back in. So
Right.
you have to have your proof.
So listen to what they're saying, folks. Farmhouse, I'm trying to get you a link, babe.
I sent it, Uber.
Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you.
I still don't know if I don't know if she's leaving yet. The
If
last,
nothing else, oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
If nothing else, take pictures of all your important papers with your phone.
Yeah, we have ours packed in Ziploc bags and they are going in the car with us. You know, like custody papers, social security, birth certificates, medicines, all of that. School
Hi, Mary.
shot records.
Hi, Farmer. What's going on, baby?
Well, I know that my voice does not really work, but this is important. And I'll do my best to make myself understandable. I was going to talk about what Simply was just talking about. There are some things that you can take with you that are non-perishable items that are very easy to pick up. And I have a list of them that I've tweeted. But, you know, beef jerky, cheese and crackers, peanut butter, puddings, fruit cups, juice boxes.
Jerky, beef jerky.
Yeah, jerky, trail mix, you know, any type of protein bars, things like that. Also with your water, if you get bottled water, you can freeze it in advance and you can use it to keep medication or food. If you had something simple like maybe cheese sticks or something like that, it could keep it cool for a few days and then you would have drinking water after that. This storm could change direction, but it is definitely going. The people that are being evacuated, they need to evacuate. It is not going to change that much. The flooding is going to be massive with this storm. It is still predicted to stall. Excuse me, to stall. Oh my God, I can't say it.
No, bless your heart, Farmer.
I'm sorry. But so there's going to be not just inches in some areas, there could be feet of water that comes down. And I'm not talking about that the flooding is going to be feet deep. I'm talking about you could receive feet of rain. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. If you live anywhere on the outside of this
Hugs,
area,
Daniel.
you need to be, and I'm sorry, y'all, I'm not trying to monopolize this.
No, you're
Um,
fine, babe. Hey,
um,
take the show, girls. I gotta, and gentlemen, I'll be right back.
Now that last photo
Okay.
that whoever's presenting, the last photo, me and Crystal are in the darkest of the color for the biggest amount of water.
Right here.
Now that's for the
Yep.
storm surge. That's
That
for
was
the
for
storm
the rain.
surge. Well,
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
is that?
well, it
Yeah,
the
we are in the darkest purple in this
yeah, that's
photo.
total rain forecast in inches and that.
Yeah,
And
we
there
are in the darkest.
Yeah,
in the
because even
darkest
in
region.
Northern Virginia, I'm in the red zone.
I
Yeah.
can't
Rainfall.
I can't read what the map is, so
It's rainfall predictions.
okay, so yeah, okay. I'm trying to read it.
Yeah, so currently I'm in the lightest portion of it right now, but as the storm goes farther inland, that'll go up
Yeah,
for
you
me.
guys are going to get a lot of rain too.
But this is what I was gonna say a second ago, y'all. Is and I posted this on my Twitter earlier today. But for people who are not gonna be probably directly affected over the next 5 days or whatever, um, you know, if you can, please be ready to help. Please be ready to take donations. Please be ready to actually take those donations to where they need to go. Yes, we have some wonderful help with FEMA and the National Guard. However, I can tell you with Harvey, that would have been so catastrophic had it not been for the everyday person helping out. We had people coming from Oklahoma, Louisiana, and all over the state of Texas with their boats, literally going through neighborhoods and rescuing people. So, if you live in that surrounding area and you think that you can help in any way, stretch, or form within the next 7 days, please go ahead and try to get prepared as well to help these people out.
That's right.
Yes, Danny, it's going to stall just like Harvey did. And that's my point. It's not just going to be the initial surge. It's not just going to be the rain that day. It's going to rain for days and days and days.
And they're saying when it makes landfall, they cannot accurately predict whether it's going to make landfall at high tide or low tide. So depending on whether it's high tide or low tide is going to depend on how large the waves are coming in, the storm
That's
surge.
right. That's right.
If it comes in at high tide, obviously you're going to have a lot larger storm surge come in than if it's at low tide.
Well, and then, even for the several days afterwards, like over the weekend and into Monday and Tuesday, when we're still getting rain, you're still going to have, when the rivers actually crest, is something completely different even from the storm surge. So even if you're like in the Ohio Valley, the Ohio River cresting, West Virginia, the New River Valley, here in Northern Virginia where I am, the Potomac River and the Chesapeake Bay watershed,
We
when
just
all
had
of
so
that
much
starts
rain come through
cresting,
this last weekend that
it,
the Ohio River is cresting right now. It's currently at crest level, like right
right,
now. So
right.
it's
And
at capacity right now.
we're at flood stage here in Northern Virginia. I mean,
Yeah, it's same here.
in Alexandria, they've already had to do evacuations because of flooding, and we haven't even started anything to do with the hurricane up here. So next week, it's going to be even worse because we're already at flood stage, and then you add this on top of it, and then when it crests, it's going to be devastating all
Yeah.
over.
And
It's
that
not
comes
just
back to what I was saying about if you guys are evacuating to the north after the storm passes, when you try to get back to the south to get home, you're going to be going through a lot of flooding, a lot of devastation from the flooding in the inner region of the United States. The farther inland it comes, the more things it's going to mess up. And it's going to be hard to get back home through all that.
They told us that this place will be inhabitable. We won't be able to live here for a while. after
Sim-
this storm.
And see, you're in Charlotte, so you'll be getting a lot of this storm also.
Who's in Charlotte?
NC Slot Guy.
Okay. Where IB Elf, where are you at? Because I'd asked you somewhere where you were at, and I was thinking you were in the area, and I wanted to add you to my list of people to check on, but I wasn't sure.
Dewey,
Elf
that's,
is in Central Virginia, not too far from me.
Dewey, that's all we're asking for, honey, is prayers.
Yes,
That's all we're
please
asking
pray.
for is prayers. But there's some people that are there that can't afford to get out. And so we are dropping their PayPal links. Colleen needs help. Adams needs help. And also Crystal. Now, Adams just gave some money that was donated to him to a young couple with a 5-year-old child to get them out. And you'll be getting
I
about
can't see a kid stay behind.
No.
My neighborhood is full of kids.
Yeah. So if you can help, please donate to their PayPal.
And one other thing for anybody who's in the area, I know everybody on panel already knows this, except maybe Ghost Mafia. Are you on Twitter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure if I follow you. I need to follow you. But Ghost Mafia is a storm spotter. I'm a storm spotter. Paula has 31 years of experience in the emergency management. Please follow us on Twitter. We all will be sharing different things at different times. We all have different experiences and different expertise. But we want to help keep you updated and informed and help you. I've had people even reach out to me with their personal contact information so that somebody had it. So please know that, and I don't know Ghost very well. I know Paula fairly well, but I think I feel confident saying, please, do not hesitate to, follow us, get in contact with us, because we want to be helpful.
Anybody that's up here on panel, you can get a hold of. Every day at noon, we will be checking in with these people, even if it's just by phone. We will go live every day at noon to let you guys know what's going on. And if you all need anything, please, please, please. Please let South
SC
Carolina
emergency.
download the app. And
If you don't see me posting, just
I'm gonna look that
ask
up.
Twitter, ask Uber.
yeah,
Because I'm pretty sure we will lose signal here in North Carolina at some point. But I will get to a phone as soon as I get to a phone that works, and I will call Uber,
yes.
and she will let everyone know.
Katie came up, Katie B said throw a box of cornstarch in your emergency bag. If you have a pet, if they happen to get hurt or a minor cut, put cornstarch on it. Will stop the bleeding rather quickly.
And
Thank you, Ghost.
most states have emergency management offices. Like, Virginia, it's VDEM, Virginia Department of Emergency Management. South
Right.
Carolina has one. North Carolina has one. So if you're in those states, be sure. I know, like, we've got an app, that we can download for Virginia. South Carolina has one. So, if you're in those states that are primarily affected, well, even not, it's smart to download. There's an app from the Red Cross that you can download and get hurricane information from. There is an app from NOAA, from NOAA, that's, for hurricane specific information. Your state emergency management office usually has an app, especially for, evacuation and stuff. Follow your state police, follow them on Twitter. Follow your local police, follow your local fire departments, your counties, your cities. This is a critical way to get information, because we learned, like 9/11 many years ago, when the cell phone towers were just overloaded, we could still get data through. We could still text and get information, but the voice, you couldn't talk to anybody. So, response agencies have now incorporated social media as a way to not only keep you informed, but in Fairfax County, you can even report a crime, you can report a road closure, you can do anything. We have you can text 911 and get an emergency call through. So, check out your local resources. They usually have an emergency alert network somewhere on the county's either emergency management, police department, or fire department pages. If you're disabled, let them know. Register with your local emergency management. Let them know if you're on oxygen, if you depend on CPAP, if, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You have medical conditions where you need help to get out. So, it's really important to stay on those social media platforms and follow them, and then two, follow me, follow Ghost, follow Texas, because we are constantly tweeting out stuff as soon as we find anything from national weather, from NOAA, from, all of our various resources, and trying to keep everybody informed. And, be informed and be prepared. Those are the two most critical words that I can say right now for anybody that's in South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Tennessee, Ohio, and on up the East Coast. Because it's not going to stop.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I got a few things to say here real quick. Service animals, yes. Service animals, nobody can turn down an animal in motels when it comes to a state of emergency. So just be aware of that. Miss Artsy Fartsy, where are you located, honey?
She's in Tennessee.
You're in Tennessee?
I think she is.
Okay, she's offering her home. Hugs, Lady Lynn. She's offering her home. So is MC Slot Guy offering his home and any assistance. So these are people, if you need help, put a 1 in the chat. Colleen needs help, Adams needs help, and Crystal needs help. East Tennessee, Miss Artsy Fartsy has a home. There's other people that have homes. Carrie Allman, Kim Kiefer, TPG, Boss Babe, Danny G, and NC Slot Guy.
And that is the direction I will be heading, is over the mountains.
Okay.
Or to the mountains, as close as to Tennessee I can get.
Okay. So I want you guys to make sure you do these PayPals. These people cannot afford to get out. Also, Coastal, I am really, I'm really worried about Coastal Life. He does not have a vehicle nor the funds to leave out of there.
I have talked to him. I gave him, he's also trying to help an elderly neighbor who has no one. There was a number that the emergency services put up here for people who cannot get out due to medical problems or transportation issues. They are busing and vanning people to Raleigh.
Okay, good. Okay.
To a high school there. And if that's where I end up, that maybe, if I can only get that far, but I'm going to head that way. It's called Knightdale High School, and that's in Knightdale, North Carolina. That is the designated shelter for my county now. We were to go 15 miles inland, but they are doing mandatory evacuations, and they've closed that down. And now we are to go all the way up to Raleigh.
Okay, our Conklin is also offering his home if anybody needs a place to go. If you need help, Coast Life is live right now. Okay. Bless his heart.
He needs help, folks. He really does. I know where he lives.
Ask him to come over here, and so we can put his PayPal in, and so that we can help him. Hi, Clayco.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I just want to go back to what Paula was saying really quick. You're going to see a lot of national coverage on this stuff, but it is very important that you specifically follow what your local emergency agencies are telling you to do and what they are saying about your current situations. Okay. And, I cannot follow every single county. But you need to find your specifically your county and city emergency agencies and follow them on Twitter. And like Paula said, there's a lot of them that you can sign up with through texting, and you can get information that way from them as well.
I just read something from one of my local.
Oh my gosh, hang on just a second. NC Slot guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. He said somebody contacted him this morning and is going to be staying at his house. He sent them money and they're on their way with 3 young children.
That's
Awesome.
great.
Thank you, NC, thank you.
Thanks for doing that.
I wanted to let everybody know that U-Haul has announced that it's offering 30 days of free self-storage for residents in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia.
Beautiful.
Oh, that is
That's related to this. So, hats off to U-Haul for doing that.
Yes.
Uber, I sent you a photo of the current. You'll know the spot. That's my little beach spot. But I sent you a photo of what it looks like over there now to your
Oh my word.
Twitter.
I'm gonna send this if you don't mind.
That is where I go to pick up shells. Everybody who's been in my streams knows. And it's showing bands or clouds from the storm already in our area.
I'm gonna send this to Ghost real quick. Ghost.
Minnie Mayo just said that the South Carolina app. Where did it go?
Oh, you can screen share it, Uber.
Oh, not me. I'll show the link. I can't do it. For some reason, I always end up.
The South Carolina app, it gives road closures, evacuation plans, and re-entry plans. And that's the other thing, and somebody's probably already said it, but you have to understand you are probably not going to be able to go back to your home if you evacuate for a week. I mean, that's a very good possibility.
Some of us for longer than that.
Yes, I know.
It could be
I
2
know
weeks
simply.
or more before
I
you
know.
get back in there, depending on your location.
That's absolutely right. But I'm just saying that I feel like I'm afraid some people are going to think they can go back in a couple of days. And it's not, for some it might be, but for a lot it's going to be longer than that. And you just have to be prepared for that. And guys, you have to prepare for this mentally too.
Mm-hmm.
This is not just you've got to prepare mentally. And I heard somebody earlier in the chat say that they were scared. And I said, do not be scared, be prepared. And
Exactly.
that's absolutely true. Do not be afraid of this thing. Get prepared. Know what you need to do, where you need to go, and just attack it.
If you start panicking, that's when you're going to make mistakes.
That's right.
Honestly, if you're scared, get online now. Do an hour's worth of homework. Be prepared. Know what you need to do.
Exactly.
1 hour worth of research is going to benefit you immensely over the next week.
That's right.
Do not procrastinate. Crystal, do not procrastinate. This is important. Do not procrastinate.
Well, and Lady Raiden just brought up a very good point, is beware of hurricane scams.
Mm-hmm.
Donate to a place like, if you want to donate to help out, do it through something like the Red Cross. Don't do some fly-by-night charity that you don't know anything about. Donate.
Yeah, those telephone calls.
Yeah, don't do those telephone calls or anything like that. Donate through the Red Cross or a reputable charity.
And Green Bay Wacky actually did a video on this last night. If you guys want to check it out, he did a video.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I know after Katrina, my department had people down there at Katrina. We had to take 2-week blocks of time. We were down there for almost 3 months after Katrina. And we were we took fire trucks, ambulances, supplies, the whole 9 yards down there. And we were running the calls for them because the emergency responders down there lost everything. Their firehouses and police stations were wiped out. And then when we left our fire trucks and everything behind, Fairfax County did. so that they had something to work with when they went back to work. But you know, this is not a joke, guys. This is going to be on par with Katrina.
Well, Paula,
Very
in fact,
serious.
we were talking about McMecken, West Virginia, there not too long ago. Last spring, they had an awful flash flood come through, and they are still cleaning up from that flood. It's been over a year now. And that was just a spring storm flash flood. It wasn't like hurricane, torrential downpours, or anything like that. But they had mudslides coming right down through the middle of the city, streets washed away, the whole nine. And it was just a spring storm flash flood. So yeah, the cleanup efforts can take long time. I know when we had our flash flood here in 2011 on Father's Day, um, just cleaning up the debris in our yard from the flooding, and all the tree limbs and trees and stuff that were laying out in our yard. It took us 3 months of burning in a campfire ring every single night for 3 months. The fire never went out to burn all that wood and debris that washed down through our yard, and that was just one yard.
This is important, folks. Nothing to mess with.
I want to throw a couple of statistics out there because, you know, I keep referring to Katrina because everybody that's in the chat usually can remember that. There were 800,000 housing units were destroyed or damaged in Katrina. Katrina was the costliest U.S. hurricane with over $81 billion and over that in 2005 dollars, which would now be the equivalent of $160 billion now. So you have to stop and think, you know, you had like a month after you were 800,000 housing units lost. And at the height of the hurricane, evacuation shelters housed 273,000 people. Those were people, you know, who didn't go really far inland or anything like that. So, you know, if anybody can help out the folks that need to be, you know, if you can't donate money, prayers, and if you can't, you know, if you're healthy enough to do it, go find an American Red Cross blood drive and donate blood or blood products like plasma and stuff. Because in the weeks coming, it's going to be such a critical blood shortage down there for the hospitals in the area and everything. It's going to be really devastating.
So once again, everybody, remember noon every day. We're going to be coming on here. We're going to find out how everybody's doing. Remember, the PayPals are in there for Colleen, Simply, and Crystal. If anybody needs any help, please put a 1 in the chat. We will make sure that you get some help.
Ghost, I'm going to put a link in the chat for you. This is the coastal risk. It shows the timing and the storm surge. Exact time, hour. They've got it pinpointed so far, and it's Coastal Emergency Risk Assessment.
Sorry, everybody, if I'm missing you in the chat because I'm not looking at it. I'm sorry.
And it will show the maximum water height.
It's 3 p.m. Eastern, Lady Lynn.
Yes, Bless This Mess needs help also. I forgot. Sorry, Lady Lynn.
Okay, and here is what he put up there. Everybody can see it.
And it's got the dates and the times. It's going to be a couple of days this storm's going to be here. And if you zoom in, it'll go into the coastal areas and show the maximum water height.
I don't know why I can't find Ghost on Twitter.
Hey, Uber, can you present Ghost so that the maps?
Oh, sorry. I was in Twitter trying to find Ghost. There we go.
Not good.
Simply check your PayPal, please, honey. Janie, Crystal, please check your PayPal.
Okay, thank you. I'm not sure who is who.
Could we put Colleen's PayPal in there, please, everybody? Also?
Yes. I've been putting it in there.
Oh, thank you. Please contact Miss Artsy Fartsy if you need anything, folks. She's got a place for you to stay. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Farmhouse. Thank you, Amanda. Everybody that's donating, I want to thank you all. If you need help, please let us know now. Now's not the time to.
Yeah, because here's the thing. This window is closing, and it's closing quickly. So, tomorrow, by this time, people need to be gone. They need to be where they want to be.
Lady, I'm not going to be sending up a GoFundMe page. Here's the simple reason why. Because we have too many people that need help. Not only that, this would not help them immediately, and GoFund takes money out of that. So we are directly sending it to their PayPals. That way they're responsible for the funds, and it's out of my hands or anybody else's, honey.
It's also faster through PayPal.
Yeah. No, Gina, you're fine, babe. Prayers are fine.
Prayers and share information. Share information. Check on people that you know and you love. Check on them. Make sure that they're okay. We have to take care of each other.
Janie, she is on the road right now driving, so you might have to DM her.
And, folks like me, if, because I'm not in the like direct path of the storm and everything, I'm up where they're going to get a lot of rain and some moderate wind and a lot of flooding. But, check on your elderly neighbors or, your single parents that have kids and see if they need any help. I mean, I went and got groceries yesterday and picked up extra for my 68-year-old neighbor. And then I went and set up her cell phone to show her how to get text messages from our local emergency alert network. So just be a good, kindness costs nothing, folks.
That's right.
And, just
Danny,
check on each other and love one another.
That's right.
Danny G has offered her home also. She's in Texas. I've been giving him your name, Danny G. So if you need someplace to go, yes, and I want to thank everybody. You're welcome, lady. Thank you. I want to thank all my mods for doing this and helping so much with this, and all the people on the panel. I couldn't have done any of this without their help. So I want to thank you all so much. Miss Uber, thank you so much for this and helping our community. Jenny, thank you. But actually, it's all of you guys doing all of this. So I want to thank you all for that.
Well, but Uber, you're the one that we're on your platform. You deserve a big thanks.
Oh, well,
a very big
thank you,
thanks.
Uber. Thank you.
Seriously.
Thank you, guys.
I just want to say one thing here again is, KDB brought up something, there's a lot of people cracking the shit on people who have admitted that they need help and for, getting any kind of donation at all. And, that speaks to their character, not to the character of this community at all, because you can see, Uber, your community is one of the ones that's coming together to try and help multiple people and connect people and, you know, trying to get information out and stuff like that. If you're one of those people that just want to crack on somebody that admits that they need help, shame on you. Shame on you. I cannot say enough. That is just despicable in my book. Shame on you.
You know, it makes people that really need help suffer, because if they're scared to admit or say they need help because of being shamed, this is a matter of life and death. This isn't anything to play with.
Hey, Crystal just said, Crystal, are you on panel?
Yeah, she's on panel.
Crystal said, does anyone have an open place that's by me, not too far?
And Crystal, where are you? Are you still on panel? Yeah,
Yeah,
she's still there.
my service is like crappy.
Okay, well, tell them where you're at. So
I'm
that
by
people-
Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Okay, so are you anywhere near Conklin? He's in Charlotte, and so is
Charlotte. I'm near Charlotte.
okay, and so is NC Slot Guy. Conklin said he's got a place, and so does NC Slot Guy. Although NC Slot Guy's got a family coming, so I don't know if he's still got anything available.
If you have
Crystal,
anything available, go ahead.
Crystal Amber Kay said on Twitter last night that she had room too. And she's what, like 4 or 5 hours away from you?
Okay. I'll have to see if I can find them on Twitter.
Exactly, Jenny. I've put the bullshit aside and came over to Uber. This is life and death. NC, thank you. NC, do you have any more room at your home? Or Conklin, if you're here, do you have any more room in your home?
See, this is why I didn't want to even say anything and just was going to buckle it out.
I know, honey, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Lady of Lake Fort, I'm not sure Uber may be able to do that.
What's that? I'm missing something?
Or Conklin, he may be able to run a stream during the storm, a full stream. Someone may be able to
I can do it.
keep a stream going with information at all times.
Between Conklin and I, we can do it. Between Conklin and I, Conklin said, get a hold of our Conklin, Crystal. He's on Twitter.
And he's near Charlotte.
And he's near Charlotte.
Can you DM me his name? That way I can find it easy.
I can send it to you, Crystal.
Amber. Oh yeah, Cass, I didn't think about Amber.
Cassidy, you're on the road, right? From what I saw. Yeah, you've got Amber K and also our Conklin. And I can vouch for Conklin. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he is.
See what I'm saying, folks? This young lady was going to stay at home for fear of getting shamed for asking for help.
Lit Hot is also in the path of this storm, folks.
Yes, that's what I was going to ask. Lit, do you still need help? I asked her for her PayPal earlier.
Hugs,
I don't know
Diane.
if she saw it.
Thank you, Diane.
And Lit has 2 kids herself.
There's Trailer Park Guy also. He's in South Carolina. He said he's got a place.
Her husband passed away not too long ago. So Lit definitely needs some help.
Yeah,
okay,
Lit.
Let's get right now. Let's get Crystal under control. If we could, please.
Crystal, put your PayPal in.
And stay as close as like Columbus, which is only about 2 hours from me. So
Columbus.
Yeah, Columbus shouldn't be getting hit that bad. But it just depends on the flooding in this area, which more than likely I'd stick around to help out around here with the neighbors and the community and things.
Oh no, I didn't know that. Oda. Okay. Listen, as soon as we get done here, we've got something else that we need to address. Thank you, Oda.
What?
We got something we need to address here real quick. Guys, Crystal, you need to DM Amber K, and also you need to get a hold of Conklin. So
I
we've got,
just DM'd Amber.
okay, so as soon as you figure out that you've got a place to stay, please let me know. Trailer
Yes.
Park Guy also said he's got a place, and so does NC Slot Guy, and so does Conklin. Okay, everybody, Colleen, I want you to put her PayPal in here, and I want you to blast it. This young lady is blind and has a service dog. She needs to get out of there.
I'm looking.
So let's give her the funds so she can get the hell out of there. I did not see that. Thank you, Oda May, for bringing that up to me. Crystal, there's Crystal's PayPal is up there. NC Diane Patchen just put it in there. There's Crystal's. Colleen, are you still in here, baby?
The one that I'm posting that's Colleen and Echo, that's Colleen.
Yes, that's the Colleen. That is the young gal that is blind and has a service dog. I want to thank you all for coming in and helping with this. Jenny, thank you. If you all do any kind of donating, just go ahead. You don't think she's in here? Okay, well, let's just keep giving her the money so she can get the hell out. There she is. Here, but be keeping booted out, I guess. Okay, anybody that donates, please donate to their PayPal, because what happens is PayPal or Google takes a certain amount out and they don't get it. I will give it to them, but if my funds run low, I have to wait to get them the funds. So thank you very much, Jenny, though. I appreciate it. Colleen, how are you going to get out, and where are you going to go to? We're going to be getting you some help. What's her PayPal? You mean Colleen, NC, or Crystal?
Yeah, do one at a time, Uber.
Not blind, just old and crippled and disabled, Colleen said. I share this on Twitter. Yes, please do, White Trash. What did you say? Simply, I'm sorry, babe.
Do one PayPal at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's get Colleen taken care of here first, and then we'll do Crystal. We'll go ahead and run Colleen's here for a few minutes, and then we'll move on to Crystal, and then we'll move on to Simply Coastal, and then Bless This Mess.
And Lit Hot.
And Lit Hot.
Lit Hot.
Yeah. Let's do Lit Hot, too, yes.
I keep
Colleen,
trying to think if
please.
there was somebody else.
Okay, Colleen's is coming up now.
There's Coast Life, but I'm not sure why he's not in here. I thought someone put in his chat, but he may not be on. I'm not sure.
Okay, yes, we'll get to Lit Hot,
Bless
too.
Post
Yes.
ups and Twitter updates of their travels too.
Is there anyone out there that's able to pick up Colleen? She's in Myrtle Beach.
That's too south of me.
Only roads out are open. Yeah, only roads out are open. Cassidy,
Yeah.
are you safe?
Yes, she's safe.
Okay, thank you. I don't have to worry about her.
I know I'm marking people off my list as I
Okay.
find out.
All right. Yes, let's go ahead and get Colleen. If anybody is down by Myrtle Beach, she needs a ride out of there. I'm a dying Uber. Save me, Uber. What's going on, JoJo?
JoJo's been sick. She was coming down with a cold or something last night.
Oh, I'm sorry, JoJo. I hope you get to feeling better, baby. Yeah, Paula, we'll go ahead and get Lit Hot here in just a few minutes. Her should the stream I wish with all way in California. I know, right? White Trash. Check on Twitter if you guys can. Prayers. Thank you, White Trash Mama.
Thank you, White Trash Mama.
HSFL hugs and welcome. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, let's move on to Lit Hot then real quick. And then we'll go Crystal, and then Let's do Lit Hot. She's down there also. She's got a family. She needs funds to get out of there and get help. They're leaving today,
Yes.
from what I understand. So let's go ahead and post her. I got a car and I don't know how far it will go.
Okay.
Get out of there, Colleen. We'll get you some help. We'll send the funds. Hi, GoFundMe. Okay, Lit Hot is also down there. They're going to be leaving today. Let's get her PayPal up there.
Yeah, HSFL is another storm spotter as well.
I know, I love him. He is such a good guy. Such a good guy. Thank you for coming in, HSFL. I love your streams. Thank you, Diane.
Uber, if Colleen has a local emergency management, if anyone can find that number for her, they probably are, like here, offering rides out.
What county is she in?
Myrtle Beach, but I'm not sure about South Carolina's counties.
Also, contact your local Greyhound stations. They might have discount fares getting out.
Oh, that's good.
Tanaj says, Uber, how much does each need so one doesn't get too much and one not enough? Good point.
Well, you just need to donate however much you can. That's the thing with donations. Do not donate money that you don't have to give away. So if it's $5, if it's 10, if it's 1,000, you donate what you can to everybody that you want to.
Well,
He
what she
just
was,
moved from Wilmington, North Carolina, about 3.5 months ago.
oh my God. Are you out of there, HSFL? I think what she was meaning, Texas, was they want to make sure each person gets the same amount.
Well, we can't do that. I mean, there's no way we could possibly make sure that everybody got the exact same amount. I don't think.
It's just basically use what you can and what you don't need, give to somebody else.
Right. Tanaj, I understand, babe. I know what you're talking about. I know
I'm
what you're
sorry,
talking about.
Tanaj. I wasn't trying to be difficult. Sorry, y'all.
Yes, you were.
This is definitely a
Yes,
time where
Tanaj.
selfishness and greediness ain't gonna get you nowhere. You've got to have a heart. And
Hey, I gotta
That's
go
right.
let my dogs out. I'll be right back.
Okay, I just put up the number for Horry County, where Myrtle Beach is, in the chat. If you're in Horry County, it's 866-246-0133. That's the public information number. So if you can't get yourself out, try contacting them and see if they have some resources. Even a lot of times they hook other volunteers up to get people out that are disabled.
Yes.
Angie, where are you located at?
Yeah, let us know where you're at, Angie. I need to add you to my list. Yeah, so for people who are just coming in, I just saw somebody say this. Oh, hang on. Never mind. Paula, which is Bull Run Paranormal, me, Texas Farmhouse, and Ghost Mafia. All three of us are posting updates about the storm. So please feel free to follow any of us. Some of us will be posting the same things, sometimes different things. It depends on who we follow. But Paula, you've been in emergency management, so you just know everything, right?
Pretty much. I was an emergency manager and planner for the fire marshal's office in Fairfax County. And I spent 31 years for Fairfax County Fire and Rescue.
Right. And Ghost Mafia is a storm spotter, and I'm also a storm spotter, which is an actual certification thing that you go through.
I was also in the Office of Emergency Services for
That's
Marshall
right.
County, West Virginia.
Yep.
I'm so sorry. I forgot you did that, Ghost Mafia. That's
I
right.
did 2.5 years of fire and rescue.
Yep.
Beautiful. So please follow any of us. I'll put mine in here on Twitter. My Twitter is public, and you'll probably be seeing a bunch of stuff from me anyway. But please feel free to follow us.
HSFL Paranormal just put in a phone number for Hanover County. I think that's North Carolina. 910 is North Carolina, right, Crystal?
That's Pender County. Yep. That's going to
Okay.
be Pender County, just below, that's just below me. That's the county that I moved out to come up this county too.
Okay. Hanover.
It's like Wilmington, Carolina Beach area.
Okay. New Hanover County has a state emergency resource center that's now up and running, and the phone number is 910-452-6120. So if you're in New Hanover County, North Carolina, there is a resource for you there for information too.
Which I'm screenshotting that so I can call that here in a while too.
I want to thank each and every one of you for helping. Thank you so, so much. Okay, let's go ahead now and put up Crystal's PayPal, folks.
Let me see.
Conklin, thank you. Janie, thank you. I don't know which one was leaving, but you guys are awesome. Hey, Boomer Rock. Hello, honey. Bye, Conklin.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Diane, thank you for coming in and helping. I want to thank all my wrenches for helping. Jenny, Jen.
Angie, did you need help with anything?
Oh yeah, we never
Or
heard
need
back from
something?
Angie.
She's in Virginia on the North Carolina border, so she's
She
that
needs help
pathway.
also. Hang on there, Ghost, and I'll present you.
I was just putting some of these maps that I had up a little while ago. Just
Thank you. Where is this hurricane at right now? Do we know?
Currently,
Awesome Hooker, do you need help?
approximately 900 miles off the coast.
900 miles. Okay.
Oh, this thing's gonna be.
What can it use for flooding with no sandbags? Any recommendations for Angie?
I know one of the things that we used to do beforehand is if you take trash bags and duct tape, let that be your best friend for house preparation if you don't have the means or a way to get any other necessities. Take duct tape and duct tape trash bags off the back of your door frame, your doors. And then when you go to close it, make sure the trash bag goes outside. So if any rain comes in the door frame, it'll automatically wash it right back out through the trash bag outside. Take duct tape, put a cross or an X across your windows. That does help prevent, if for any case a window is to break or shatter, it'll help give it a little more structure to it. They say leave a window crack in your home because it'll help relieve the pressure in the home. So even if the hurricane or a chance of a tornado, it does relieve the air pressure a little bit too.
Okay, HSFL Paranormal just put in a phone number for Onslow County, North Carolina emergency, and it's 910-347-4270 if you need some help getting evacuated, if you're disabled and stuff like that. You can Nippy and Janie just put in, you can use kitty litter. If you've got kitty litter, load it up into a trash bag. Kitty litter turns to kind of like clay when it gets wet. That's an excellent one,
Red Roan Runner says that she's in Oklahoma, and she's offering Colleen or anybody else if you need a place to stay. Lady Raiden, yes. Gamer, if you want to come in here and do sub to sub, you're going to have to find a different place to go. Actually, that's pretty selfish right now compared to what's going on. So find yourself a different room there, child. Hi, Carolina Man. This brings back nightmares of Hurricane Fran. Absolutely.
And Roadrunner, you're right. Potting soil is another option. So if you've got potting soil out in your shed,
That's smart.
I've used bags of weed and feed that I had out in the shed. Garden soil, you can use, like, if you've got, I hate to say this, if you've got a bag of, like, even, compost or anything like that, you can put it inside. Anything that'll help, build up. You can do that, put it inside a trash bag and use that instead of sand. And
Yeah.
if you're in an area that's not in an evacuation zone, and I know that water has already been pretty much wiped out everywhere. One thing that you can think about doing is, if you've got any plastic storage bins in the house, is fill those plastic storage bins up, several of them, to get you through several days, because you may not have access to potable water. Because a lot of times with the flooding and everything, the sanitation system gets overwhelmed, and actually your drinking water, it can't filter enough and get your drinking water safe for like a week, afterwards.
Ghost, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Ghost, can you send him the link to come up?
HSFL?
Yes, please, honey. I'm sorry, Paula.
You can fill up your bathtub, but then that takes your bathtub out of commission. But I like plastic storage bins because you can put a lid on it, so that keeps other stuff from going into it. And if you take that, you can still have a propane little camping cook stove and little propane tanks, boil your water. Then you've got access to clean water. But do it now. Get that stuff put up and do it now and keep it there. But keep the lid on the plastic storage tote. I mean, those hold anywhere from 18 upwards of 30 gallons of water.
That's right.
So you can use
HSFL. I
that.
dropped that link in your YouTube chat that we have going on.
There you go, Otome. There is Ghost's Twitter.
Yes, no fear. I was a volunteer fire and since paid firefighter for 2.5 years. I did notify them that if I stayed, I'd volunteer in. But right now, their first responders are basically the only ones that they're going to be keeping within. And the way it's looking is, it's now a mandatory evacuation for North Carolina. So even the cop next door from where I'm at is gone. He packed up and left. So
Let me see. Okay. Hi, Obi. Alrighty, let's go ahead and move on to Simply Coastals now. PayPal, if we could, please. Hugs, Hondo. How you doing? Thank you so much for coming in. Hey, how's it going? All right. So, guys, this is what's going on. We've got a lot of people here willing to help. If you need help, please let us know. We've got the resources here, and these people are here to help everybody. So why won't my shit stay live? What are you doing, Jenna? You sure if you have to stay that you have a way to get off roof if need arises? I hate saying that, like an axe, etc. Good point.
That is actually a very good point.
I'm going to share this link for you, Ghost. It is shelters and evacuation routes here in North Carolina.
Jenny, we're trying to get Colleen some help. We put up her PayPal and we'll run it through again, and make sure she gets some help. We're also putting up some phone numbers that she can call. Oh, look at PJ says that extra bed, bring your pets. I don't mind, promise extra room in the living room. Anyone is more than welcome. I'll feed you and help any way possible. PJ, thank you so much. There's another one that's willing to help. Conklin is willing to help. Let me present you. There you go. Sorry. Conklin is willing to help. We've got TPG is willing to help. They've got places for y'all to stay if you need help. So Bless This Mess is going to need help. Adams needs help. Colleen needs help. Lit Hot needs help. We've got Crystal needs help. So you all need to.
Hey everybody,
Hey, HSFL, how you doing, honey?
I'm doing so good. It's so good to see everybody here. It was hard for me to type all that information in, but I can pull county resources and mandatory evacuations for everybody here. So just give me a quick second, and I will be streaming the IR satellite from the hurricane as well.
Okay. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. And everybody, check his channel out. Very, very, very interesting.
Perspective, I do not do anything weather on my page. I could make my own channel about how much I know about weather. I was actually there on the 2013 Moore, Oklahoma tornado disaster.
Oh my word.
I was I don't know if anybody's familiar with Pecos Hank, another YouTuber.
Yes, I know Pecos Hank.
I went with him to Moore, Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
We grew up not too far from each other, actually.
He's a really cool dude.
Yeah, he's cool as shit. I love that guy.
Yeah.
So just let me see here while I do my side of the screen share for my screen.
Okay, and while you're doing that, we've got Ghost is sharing, so let us know when you're ready to do that, and I'll present you.
Okay, I'm ready when everybody else is ready.
Okay, Ghost, I'm going to take you off, babe, for just a second.
Go ahead.
Okay. So this is the current IR satellite for Hurricane Florence. See, it just went through an eye wall replacement, if everybody can see that. So now the eye is back in normal formation and it's actually grown in diameter by about 50 to 60 miles.
Can you explain that a little bit to people who don't understand what that means?
So an eye wall replacement cycle is when the eye wall will actually collapse inside itself to try to make the hurricane bigger. It's growing in diameter. It's also growing the eye wall in size, and it just means it's about to start strengthening again.
That's what I wanted everybody to understand with that. It's an important part of this.
It is. During an eyeball replacement cycle, you'll tend to lose some power. Also, on the left hand of the bottom and top left-hand quadrants, it's going to. There was a little bit of shear this morning, and that's what kind of gave it that donut effect.
Yep.
Real quick, just real quick, folks, we need to get Colleen Taylor out of there. She has dogs and she's disabled. She does not have a way of getting out of there. Her car, she's worried, will not make it. So if
even getting, where is she at right now? Horry County?
Myrtle Beach.
Okay, so she's in Horry County. I would suggest trying to get anywhere closer to like Greenville, South Carolina, somewhere where you're going to be a little higher up in elevation. I don't think like Sumter and Greenville are going to get hit as hard, so I would try to focus on getting to there.
She is disabled.
Oh, she is disabled?
Yes.
Coast Life is in your Uber.
What, honey?
Coast Life is in here.
Oh, good. Coast Life. Thank God you're here, babe.
Okay, so once again, Onslow County, North Carolina, that's the Marine base area around Camp Lejeune. Emergency services number for Onslow County, North Carolina is going to be 910. Hold on, let me pop it up again. I seem to have lost it. Just bear with me, folks.
Okay, that's okay. Lady of Lake wants to know how many dogs you have, Colleen. We've got people willing to help here. You need to get a hold of these people. Give them your Twitter, give them your phone number, whatever you need to do.
Okay. Okay, I got that phone number now. So it's on Commonwealth Drive in Jacksonville, North Carolina. That's Onslow County. This is emergency services information. Sorry, my mic probably sounds like
You're
I'm
fine. You're fine.
The phone number for Onslow County is going to be 910-347-4270. And that again is 910-347-4270. If you live in Onslow County, please call that number.
And I just posted it in there. So remember, if you live in Onslow County, you need help, there's the number for you to call, 910-340 or 347-4270.
They just posted a Onslow County mandatory evacuation. If you are in Onslow County, please leave.
Yeah, that is
Same with
Crystal's
Pender
location.
County and New Hanover County. If you live anywhere from Supply, North Carolina to Kill Devil Hills, you need to leave that area and head inland. I can't stress this enough. This is the worst hurricane to hit since Hazel in 1954.
Mm-hmm.
Colleen, did you get that number to call for help and tell them that you're disabled?
What? She's in Horry County. Let me pull up their information.
She's at Myrtle Beach.
South Carolina Emergency Services. I have the Weather Channel playing in the background. I know I've actually gotten to meet Jim Cantori. He's good people.
Hang on a minute. Hang on just a minute. Crystal, what do you mean you're trying to make it to Saturday at least?
No, it's going to hit on Thursday night.
She means in hotel funds, Uber.
Oh, okay. Alrighty.
Okay, Horry County Emergency Services is in Conway, South Carolina, which is not too far from Myrtle Beach, and that number is going to be 843-915-5150.
There you go, Colleen. 843-915-5150. Colleen, call that number. Call that number.
And if you want me to repeat that one more time, it's 1-843-915-5150.
I was meaning in like preparation mindset, or not thinking like just tonight, because I'm thinking, okay, we gotta make sure we at least figure everything out between now and at least say more of like a Saturday, since Ghost is saying it's not going to hit till Thursday.
We'll have shelters open throughout the states of North and South Carolina.
Crystal, I don't know what you're thinking, girl.
You got me. I'm not even gonna lie.
What the
Y'all
hell
got
are
me
you
scared
thinking?
shitless.
Well, then what are
I
you
thought I was
sitting
gonna
there
stay.
for?
Now I'm like, nope.
What are you
I'm
sitting
in
there for?
I'm over here packing. That's why I was muted.
You better get your ass on the road and get the hell out of Dodge. I don't understand what you're thinking.
Right now,
we're over here packing.
Right now, they have both lanes going northbound on Highway 17 to try to connect to Highway 40. They have both of those lanes going towards Highway 40 north. So you will not be able to get back in town and return to get anything if you lost it. They have both lanes going northbound towards Raleigh. So make sure you have everything if you're in North Carolina.
Yeah, you will take 17 up to 40, and then you will go on 40 west to Raleigh. I have to take 70 west from where I'm at because I'm stuck out on the Outer Banks. So,
yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Banks. Where in the Outer Banks are you?
I'm on the southern Outer Banks, Atlantic Beach, Morehead City.
Oh, you're in you're north of Jacksonville, like...
yes, I'm 35, 40 minutes north of Jacksonville.
Okay, yeah, I know. I've been to Atlantic Beach before multiple times.
That's right across the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I know where I'm at.
I need Coastal Life's PayPal, please.
Um,
He is
Janie,
I
Janie
just
may
put it
have
in.
that. Okay.
Oh
And
no,
just
I'm sorry.
remember,
I'm
people,
sorry.
this
That was
Coast
storm
mine,
is
Lives.
Coast
expected
Life.
to
Yes, I'm
fall on
sorry.
Thursday, but the rain bands and things are going to shoot out ahead of it. They're going to be coming in before the storm actually hits.
Yeah,
You're going to
tomorrow
be getting a
afternoon.
taste of it before it ever gets there.
right. And that's what I'm saying. Why are these people procrastinating?
Can
Well, we are
somebody who
leaving at 6 a.m.
can somebody who talks better than me talk
Carteret
about the
County.
things that we need to people need to take with them? Some
Make
tips,
sure
news.
you have shovels, sandbags, anything just in case your car is not able to get out from wherever you are. You want to sure you have a supply of canned food, stuff that is non-perishable. That does not include milk. You can always get powdered milk if that works for you. Make sure if you have little ones, make sure you have an ample supply of diapers, because I went through Hurricane Matthew with my at the time she was only 7 months old, and that was a category 1, and we were out of power for 4 days. This is going to be more on the level of North Carolina's going to be out of power for weeks.
Right.
So make sure you have a plentiful supply of food and water for everybody in your family. Do not leave your pets, and if you have to leave them in a shelter, make sure they are out of harm's way as well.
And here's that hurricane checklist again that we had up earlier.
Okay, let me-
Uber, can you mod Janie?
I did.
I'm pulling up the information for Carteret County, North Carolina.
I think me and Coast Life are the only ones in this county that
Okay.
are on YouTube. I have all that information posted on my Twitter.
Okay. Sounds good. So do I need to read that out loud, or is everybody?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. If there may be someone listening
Yeah,
that
go ahead.
Yeah, please read it.
Hold on, I'm just pulling that up.
and we are under a mandatory evacuation.
Absolutely. Carteret and Onslow County are under a mandatory. It's probably going to be later today when New Hanover, Pender, and Brunswick County are going to be listed on that list. So please stay tuned to your local information. Carteret County, are you ready? The Carteret County Emergency Services is based out of Morehead City on Bridges Street. And that number is going to be 252-222-5841. And again, that is 252-222-5841.
5841. Okay, done.
And let me get Brunswick County here as well. That includes the areas of Leland, Winterboro, Supply, anywhere around. I think it's Lake Waccamaw is actually in farther out. That's I'm trying to remember what that lake is called.
Was that PayPal that was just posted, Coastal Lives?
Yes,
That is
That's
Coast Life.
going to be like Holden
Okay.
Beach, Sunset Beach. If you're on the Brunswick County beaches, you need to get off. If you're on New Hanover, Pender, Onslow, Carteret County, and that includes Emerald Isle, places like Hubert, north of Jacksonville, you need to get out of harm's way.
The new PayPal up there is Coastal Life. He is just a little bit away from Simply Coastal. This young man has no means of getting out, no funds, nor a vehicle. So if he can get the funds, he can try to catch a ride with somebody or to get the hell out of Dodge.
Okay, Brunswick County, North Carolina is having Brunswick County, North Carolina Emergency Services is again going to be 910-253-5383. If you're in Brunswick County, North Carolina, that number again is 910-253-5383.
Also, Uber, Amtrak has a bus coming down here at 10 a.m. in the morning, and they will be going back to Wilson, North Carolina, and there you can transfer from Wilson, North Carolina to Amtrak services and go to Raleigh, Greensboro, Charlotte, or north or
And
south.
if you don't know where Wilson, North Carolina is, it's on Highway 40 north of Burga in Pender County.
Yes, Sonia, they are sending a bus this way in the morning at 10 a.m.
So maybe Coastal Life can get on that bus.
Yes, Jennifer. And if he can't, I will figure out how to get him in my trunk or something.
Oh.
Please get away from any town that lies on Highway 17 in North or South Carolina, even Virginia. Please just do not stay there. Your property is not worth your life.
Where's the guy who was talking about the eye into a new one? Reforming into
Right
a new
now,
one.
I'm seeing a full eye wall replacement. So the eye wall replacement is now completed.
Is that what you meant, Oda May?
And they are saying that the storm still has the Gulf Stream to go over, which is very warm water. And
Right
this
now,
thing could
and
possibly be a Cat 5.
Wrightsville Beach right now and Carolina Beach, the water is 85 degrees. There is no stopping power of this storm. Right now, it is totally non-affected by land. This little dot, right, if you can follow my cursor at the top, this little pink thing, that's Bermuda. And below here is the Bahamas. It is wedged right in between. There is no land until it hits North Carolina.
Okay, Oda May would like you to explain about the eye of the hurricane again. She was gone.
So the eye of the hurricane is surrounded on all sides by convective thunderstorms. And that's what you see here on this red area right here surrounding the eye. These bright red are the tops of the thunderstorms to the satellite. And so those thunderstorms are centering around a low pressure, and they build up that pressure as the hurricane starts to spin, and it gets stronger and stronger. And that's how the eye forms. The eye actually has no wind in the direct center of it.
Right.
But around the eye right now is putting gusts of wind at over 150 miles an hour. But the only part you need to worry about is this right front quadrant of this storm right here.
Colleen, you're not going to be safe in a mobile home at all.
Oh, no. If you're in a mobile
No.
home, you need to evacuate immediately.
Yeah. That front side, guys, that's where those tornadoes are going to be.
Yes.
That
And there's
side he's
already
talking
a
about.
Torcon of 3 for North Carolina.
Which is, I mean,
And if you don't know what a Torcon is, it's a tornado convective tornado. What was it again? Tornado.
It basically means that there's a 30% chance of seeing a tornado within 50 miles of your current location.
There you go.
correct.
Trying to think of like the terminology. It's been a minute. But
Yeah,
yeah.
and on the coast, we get lots of water spouts with these things. And
Yes.
they come on land and
Right.
tear up whatever's there.
Right.
Angie Nocturnal wants to know, to the man talking, can you guesstimate when it hits the west or the Virginia and North Carolina line, how bad the wind and flooding will be?
Okay, so the direct Wilmington area is now forecasted to get anywhere between 18 and 24 inches of rain is what the latest forecast was. Outside of there, the inland flooding is going to be intense because now they're thinking that this hurricane is going to stall. And if that happens, it's going to be absolutely disastrous.
But right now, they cannot predict accurately at what time it's going to actually hit the coast.
It's going to be sometime Thursday late in the afternoon or right before you go to sleep. So I would say somewhere in the
worried
ballpark
High tide.
of 10 p.m. to midnight.
Low tide. They can't, because of the stall,
Right.
it may stall out to sea, it may stall right at inland, but
Right.
as far as when it hits, whether it be high tide or low tide, is going to affect how bad the coastal flooding is going to be.
Well, the coastal flooding is going to be unavoidable because they're forecasting all the way to northern Carteret County for the surge to be 8 to 12 feet.
Yeah, and we are having king tides right now.
Yeah,
The
and
water's already coming over the roads.
I heard about that from some of my friends down in Wrightsville Beach, that they said like the whole sand up to the top of where the cement walkway was completely underwater this morning.
Now, with all that said, y'all, you're going to start receiving tropical storm type effects Thursday morning.
Oh, absolutely. You're going to be feeling the impacts far before you even get near the eye. This storm has tropical storm force wind 400 miles outside of the eye.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. This storm is 400 miles across. This is
Yeah.
not. This is an enormous. Even for a hurricane, this is an enormous hurricane.
Yeah,
Oh.
and you can see right now that, I mean, the eye is very well defined at this time.
Yes. Yeah.
There's actually no clouds at this time inside of the eye.
Okay, before we change PayPals, Jay Nelson, that is Coastal Life. He needs as much help and as possible, so we can get him help to get out of there. He's right down by Simply Coastal. So with that note, let's move up. Let's move to Lit Hot. Let's go ahead and get her put back up there if we could, please. Thank you guys so much for doing this. HS, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and let me go back over to.
Right, Otame. If it wasn't for social media, you're not going to get any help right now from any of the government agencies, except possibly a van pick you up and take you to a high school.
Also,
No.
there's a system called CHIND, Chind Rescue. You can contact them as well. They are local volunteers and supporters that are willing to help you get out of harm's way.
How do you contact them?
They are on Facebook. You can look them up. They are a local search and rescue for North. They're in the entire Southeast.
Okay,
But they have connects all across the United States.
gotcha.
Angie said she can't get the supplies she's going to need Uber.
Okay, so Angie, I need your PayPal, babe. I need your PayPal.
If you have money, please donate it to those in need so they can get out of harm's way.
Where are you at, HS?
I'm actually just moved back to California to help take care of my mom.
I was going to say, I think that you're in the same time zone because I'm up in Washington.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah.
Raleigh just issued this. It says the state emergency response team has activated the Joint Information Center in response to potential threats to North Carolina from Hurricane Florence. Located in State Emergency Operations Center at 1636 Gold Street Drive in Raleigh, North Carolina, the JIC will coordinate the release of information regarding state storm preparation and response. Individuals are on duty to gather the latest information and assist reporters interested in covering the state's response to the storm. Additionally, state officials will use this center to conduct media briefings as needed. For more information, news reporters should call 919-825-2599. So that's
Okay,
there is a website here. I will highlight the website and put that in the chat as well, because that can be another media outlet where we get more information on the storm.
Right.
Here, I'm going to pull up a full list of all the current evacuations as well. That way people can see. Just one moment here while I pull that up. I'm going to bring this actually forward into a whole new page.
Okay, while you're doing that, Crystal, they have opened up the shelters on Marine Corps Air Station, Marine Corps Camp Lejeune, New River. I'm going to post that in there.
Is that to public?
Yes.
Which access is that going to be at the? Or which access is that going to be on at the New River? Is that going to be off of highways?
Alpha of Highway 17 there in Jacksonville.
Okay.
They're going to open up the gym on the air station there on New River. Also, there's a list, Crystal. In case you cannot get out, you can get to one of them. You're closer to them than I am.
Yeah.
So if you're in that area, please get over to Camp Lejeune.
Those
That's
are
what we're over
sturdy
here doing, looking up.
structures.
That place can
Sturdy
survive a
structures.
nuclear attack. I swear, Camp Lejeune is awesome. Like,
Right?
I DM'd you, Uber.
I grew up on that base actually, so I know that base very very well.
And
I
here's
swear.
another action plan to get
Okay.
ready for a hurricane. List of things that you can do, which include build an emergency kit, make family communications plan, know your routes.
Angie, can you send me a
whole list of
DM with your PayPal, and I'll link it in.
I don't know those numbers to those shelters, but I'm thinking I may check into the ones at Camp Lejeune myself.
Nice.
They are closer, and I will not have to drive hundreds of miles. And it's on the Marine Corps air. You know,
It's on the air
that's a
station.
safe. Yeah, that's a safer place than it would be going to a high school.
I just got a tweet from VDEM, which is the Virginia Department of Emergency Management, and the app Lyft, LYFT, that's like Uber, is offering free rides up to $15
So that can get you a little farther out of harm's way.
to get you to your shelter.
Even if
So-
that's another county, to get you one county further inland, take it.
To those people who are evacuating, another rule of thumb, and I'm reading it right here: turn off your gas to your stoves or your hot water tank.
Yes. Make sure
turn your power off.
Tank is sealed shut.
If you're leaving your house, go down, throw your main breaker, turn the power off to the house.
Guys, there's an update from the National Weather Service. It says Florence has strengthened this afternoon with max winds about 140 miles per hour. At 5 p.m., Florence was located about 845 miles east-southeast of Cape Fear, North Carolina, and was moving to the west-northwest at 17 miles per hour. Florence is expected to be extremely dangerous major hurricane through landfall.
Okay, so now I'll pop this back up. Can you see the hurricane moving again on my screen?
Okay, hang on
And
just a minute, babe.
That was the 5 o'clock update. So
Okay, let me pull it up here so everybody can see the visual. This is a picture. I don't know if everybody can see this, but this is all the current evacuations in color coding.
Except we are under mandatory now.
Carteret County is?
Yes.
Okay. So Carteret County went to red. I'm sure Wilmington and Pender County were Hampstead, Burgaw, that area, Rocky Point. I'm sure that will all turn red here pretty soon. Same with Brunswick County. Looks like where New Bern is in Washington as well will probably go red here pretty soon.
They turned red also.
Wilmington and Hampstead area is all red as well.
Crystal, did you put Angie's PayPal? Because that looks like your PayPal.
So
no, I put my email in there for her so she can send me her PayPal.
Okay, thank you.
So that news from the Weather Service is actually corresponding with what I said with the eyewall replacement.
And there was of course, all the updates are coming out. There's another one from the National Hurricane Center, and I'm going to be retweeting it. I can't, it's too much to say. Yeah,
absolutely. And if you want to keep minute-to-minute updates, you can use Mike's weather page at www.spaghettimodels.com, and that's what I've been using to stay up on all of this information.
Okay, Angie, I'm getting it right now.
Yeah, so it did just turn into a very
nasty
category 4 hurricane.
Thank you, Diane, for helping out.
This is going to be a very intensely and nasty hurricane. It is a 140-mile-an-hour storm with gusts up to 165. So please be careful, people.
Okay, folks, we're going to move on to Angie. Here's her PayPal. She needs supplies. This is her PayPal right here. She will be in the flooding zone, so she does need our help. Don't be afraid to ask. So let's run Angie's PayPal here for a few minutes, and then we'll move on down the line.
A hurricane warning has now been posted for Duck all the way down into South Carolina. So the top of the Outer Banks in North Carolina, all the way down to the coast, the Horry County coast in South Carolina, has a hurricane warning.
Izzy, you're right. This is the only stream in this community that is keeping everyone updated. So y'all please tweet it out.
Hurricane warning. The definition of hurricane warning is hurricane conditions. Sustained winds greater than 74 miles per hour are expected. Warnings are usually issued 36 hours before the beginning of a tropical storm force winds.
Absolutely. Thank you for mentioning that. That's a good point there, Ghost Mafia. That's a very good point. So if anybody doesn't know what a Cat 4 will do to you, let me do a quick explanation as soon as I...
Real quick, I need to take a quick break, do a breathing treatment, so you guys take on over.
Okay. So a Category 4 hurricane is winds of 130 to 156 miles per hour. That includes the barometric temperature or barometric pressure of 944 millibars down to 920. That is a Category 4. And what a Category 4 will do to you is it will destroy and severely damage any well-built framed homes, sustain damage and loss of most of the roof. And in some interior walls, most trees will be snapped in half, and lots of downed power lines will be a direct result from the winds. Fallen trees, power poles, and fallen trees and power poles will happen in isolated residential areas. Power outages for weeks, if not possibly months. Most of these areas will be uninhabitable for weeks or months. That is a Category 4.
Imagine an F3 tornado that's 400 miles wide.
Pretty much.
There you go.
Well, the hurricane force, the actual Category 4 hurricane force wind will exceed probably, 20, 30 miles out?
Yeah.
So imagine a 30-mile wide EF3 tornado. I can't even think about that. Like, that just sounds unfathomable.
Yeah, to
Our
put in
phones all just
perspective,
went crazy in the house. They're all the emergency warnings are going nuts.
Oh, I'm sure. Like, my phone is tied to my phone right now is tied to the National Weather Service and also like all the alerts going on in Wilmington. My phone is freaking out, and I'm here in California. I could only imagine how people feel in North Carolina right now.
yeah,
Oh,
my
I'll tell you
phone's
what,
been blowing up all
mine
day.
did that at 5:00 this morning.
Yep.
And I come up out of that bed jumping, and I grab my phone, and it says Amber Alert. I was like, heart stop.
Yeah, my phone just scared me. It went off with a hurricane warning.
Yeah, because it would go off. Like, I remember I was working in Jacksonville during Hurricane Matthew, and I was actually working as a salesman for my company through the Home Depot, and all of a sudden our tornado stuff went off, and not me, but about 700 people who were in that Home Depot that day. It sounded like the whole warning just echoed through the entire building. And Home Depot in North Carolina is huge. It's like a super superstore, and so you could hear this echo of all these tornado warnings going on. And it also happened during Hurricane Matthew. We got the hurricane warnings.
But I can't remember which app it is. I think it's the Red Cross app where it goes off like a tornado siren.
Well, actually, all smartphones should be integrated with the National Weather Service alert system.
But
it should pop up as
right. But I mean, it literally goes off. Your alert literally sounds like a tornado siren.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Red Cross one, I'm pretty sure. And that will scare the crap out of you.
Oh yeah, it's something that's definitely you don't get used to. Let's put it that way.
No, even when you monitor multiple locations.
See, here in California, it freaked me out the other day. I was doing a live stream on my channel for something completely different, and the tornado or the tsunami sirens went off. And I didn't know they were running a test because they're supposed to alert us with a thing in our door if they're going to do the tsunami test. And we all freaked out. Everybody went into the street. We were all looking. I mean, it was like, what is going on? Did Cascadia go off or something? And we were all freaked out.
Hey guys, I just got a notice here that the National Hurricane Center is now predicting that this storm may reach Category 5 tomorrow afternoon. It's sustained winds above 155 miles an hour.
And that's from the NHC?
Yep.
Okay, so
Yep, they just did something on Periscope.
Our
Okay.
our county here and the local weather have told us that once it crosses the Gulf Stream, there's no stopping it from becoming a Category 5 and possibly hitting land on the coast of North Carolina as a Category 5.
So that would be the first time in North Carolina state history that a Cat 5, to my knowledge, has hit the coast.
Yes.
Yes.
I remember Hazel wasn't even a Cat 5. Hazel was
There
a
was
Cat
a 4 in 1954.
Yeah.
Right.
So a Cat 5, this would be the most destructive hurricane to slam into the East Coast. This is still going to be the most destructive hurricane in at least 100 years to hit North Carolina.
They're saying in over 60 years. So,
And if it gets to a Cat 5, it'll be the first time ever that this big of a catastrophic hurricane has ever hit. So
yes.
please do not take this as a joke. Like, this is a serious matter. I'm on Mike's weather page, his current Facebook page. He has
Me
some
too.
information. So this, I don't know.
And guys, when Paula was talking about that coming from the National Hurricane Center, that's a big deal because these guys, they have these enormous planes that go through these things, and the information that they can gather is astonishing.
You want me to pull up the actual feed of them flying into the plane today?
Oh, that'd be awesome to show people.
I was playing that just a while ago.
Yeah. Oh, you were?
Right
The
through the
video
stuff.
today is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to thank everybody for coming in today. Thank you so much for all the donations and the help. All the mods are doing great. Thank you so much.
I think
Also, I just posted if you guys have a police scanner or a ham radio, the NOAA weather radio frequencies for North Carolina is 162.400 to 162.550 megahertz.
Yes. So please, if you have a ham radio, please tune into the What National Weather Service. I do have the video. I'm just waiting for it to pop up. My internet's acting a little slow this morning, so I got so many different weather things up right now tracking.
So there's a really big possibility that this thing can come in as a Category 5.
Yes.
Well, it still has a lot of warm water to cross. In fact, even in this feed, you see the different shades of the water levels as it comes inward. Each lighter shade is a temperature higher, and currently it has to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more thermal zones over the ocean to get here, where the water is progressively getting warmer as it comes inland. So
yeah, I think we are 86 or 84 degrees off the coast.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, Boss Babe is saying if there is anyone who is still in need of help, please DM her on Twitter.
Okay, can everybody see what looks like the plane flying?
No, all we see is your pretty little face.
Oh shoot. All right, let me get back over here real quick.
Coastal is leaving at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Okay, so.
Oh, thank you, Otome.
Okay, I think this is it. Let me see if you see what I'm seeing here with the plane.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the
Post life,
plane.
I'll make sure you're out of here, man.
Here's the plane flying into the eye wall today. That's how big the eye is.
Oh my God.
Mm.
So this thing, y'all, this plane, it just goes back and forth collecting data. That's
This
all it
this
does.
plane is dropping weather stuff into the eye of the hurricane to test the pressure of how strong it's becoming.
Mhm.
And it flies directly in and out of the eye wall to test the wind speed.
Yeah. They're incredible.
So I hope everybody has some kind of an idea of how large that eye wall is. This is not a joke. This is a huge hurricane.
What we're doing, Boss Babe, is we're taking one person and running it for a while for PayPal and then doing another person. So that way we're not getting confused.
Looks like we also got an updated track here for the hurricane. I will try to show everybody what this looks like real quick, and it is now trending south again. So now Pender County is in the firing line at once again for this hurricane. That would be Jacksonville's worst case scenario with Category 4 or Category 5 hurricane force wind.
And
That
that would
would
be
put
our
you in
worst.
the-
Yeah.
That would put you in the right front quadrant in the eye wall, which is super, super dangerous and scary.
Do we know how wide the eye wall is right now?
I think last time I heard was, I think I heard it was like 30 miles or
It-
20.
Yeah, I think it's like 30.
Now
But
listen,
it
folks,
changes. It does
the
change. So
impact of just the tropical storm force wind. Look how many states that affects.
yeah.
jeez, oh Pete's.
This is not a joke. So sustained winds right now at 145 miles or 140 miles per hour. It is creeping up right now to 150, and it will not take long until it hits that mark.
Please don't come in here with that.
No, 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 no. Hello, Sam. Welcome. Nope. Nope, 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 nope.
So right now, they're saying anywhere from Wilmington. This is the rain. This isn't the hurricane. This is just the rain. 24 plus inches in that dark purple. That includes anywhere from Jacksonville down to Wilmington. 24 inches of rain. On top of the storm surge, that's going to be 10 to 12 feet.
I just want to say something here real quick. Anybody is welcome in here as long as they're polite.
Are we having a trouble with a troll?
Not yet. So just, I'll handle it. It'll be taken care of. So she's welcome in here as long as she's polite. So folks, you guys need to understand that this is not time to procrastinate on this stuff.
Absolutely.
We need to get you out. If you need help, please let us know. Please let us know.
I think they just said the entire west or the entire east coast of North Carolina is under mandatory evacuation.
Oh.
Okay, so we have done Angie. Let's move on. Who's next on the list?
Is Colleen
Sorry,
taken
I
care of
couldn't-
now?
Colleen.
Yeah, call him.
The tropical storm force wind is supposed to occur before or just about 8 a.m. in North Carolina.
On Thursday, right?
On Thursday, 8 a.m. The hurricane force wind should come in sometime later in the evening.
So guys, that's 36 hours. We're talking
Yes.
36 hours.
It's going to be at least almost 40. It's almost going to be at least 36 hours of tropical storm and hurricane force wind. That is going to do nothing good to North Carolina. To put it in perspective, southeastern North Carolina has already seen 64 inches of rain this year.
Jeez,
Another
okay.
24 inches is going to bump that closer to 90. The ground
And-
is already saturated from the previous year, where the previous 2 years were both over 60 inches. The trees are going to go down.
Exactly. That's the thing. That those trees will go down easier because it is so incredibly saturated.
And if you live in Wilmington, portion of that town is 33 feet below sea level. Please get out of there. This is going to be worse than Katrina when it hits Wilmington area.
You're talking about devastation to the extent of what it was
Charlotte.
when they bombed Europe during World War II.
Exactly.
Literally, there's going to be building collapses. There's going to be power lines down, trees down, roadways washed away. It's not going to be pretty. And if you're in the path, get out.
So
Get
the
out
water
now.
right now in Wrightsville Beach, which is in the Wilmington area, is 84 degrees.
Okay, Katie wants to know, HS, if you can repeat the numbers for help for Colleen that's in Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
She's calling around for Colleen.
Horry County?
Right. Get
Okay.
ready, Katie.
Uber Colleen's not in Myrtle Beach. She's in Darlington, South Carolina.
Okay.
I thought she said she was in Myrtle Beach.
No, she's not. She
Is that still Horry County?
I thought she said she was in Myrtle Beach too,
Darlington is.
but I don't know.
Actually,
she said 45 minutes from Myrtle.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Right.
Darlington is actually in its own county, Darlington County. So let me pull up that information, okay?
I'm on medication, y'all, so you have to forgive me.
Darlington is actually north of Florence. You're a little safer than where Myrtle Beach is. I actually would say that's probably not the worst area. That's probably not the worst area you could be in. That's actually that puts you a little bit safer. That puts you on the same latitude as Laurinburg, North Carolina. Maybe consider going a little further west, maybe towards Camden or Columbia. You might be a little safer out that way.
Coast Life said Morehead City, the water's already in the streets.
Wow. So they're already getting a mini surge over there on high tide.
Storm surge, yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, we have really high tides right now.
Is that because of the hurricane?
It's because of the new moon.
Oh, shoot. Well, at least the hurricane's not hitting tonight. That's why Hurricane Katrina was such a disaster, because it happened on a king tide.
Yeah, they said
Okay.
we would have king tides until Saturday.
So
Oh
do
my
we have a
God.
number that she can call? That
Yeah,
Katie
let
can
me
call?
get Darlington, South Carolina Emergency Services.
Hugs, awesome hooker.
All right, so my plan's leaving this evening or first thing in the morning. I might have to grab my oldest daughter at this point
Yes.
Okay.
because of where the location of everything is happening. My family was nice truck, but really loud. My family was going out to my cousin's house, and my cousin and them are now evacuating. So
Okay,
I'm
good.
waiting on an
So-
update from my mom right now. Let me know if I have to get my daughter or not.
I have
Okay, good.
Darlington County Emergency Management Services. Their number is 843-398-4450. Again, that is 843-398-4450.
There you go, Katie. There's the number for Colleen.
Have they posted storm surge warnings for the southeast portion of North Carolina yet? I know they were watches. I didn't know if they were warnings yet.
I don't know, Ghost. Do you know if they have or not?
I I haven't
I
seen
think
anything.
that they just upgraded it to warnings a few minutes ago.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say
Upgraded.
I haven't
So
seen anything yet.
this is no joke. This is gonna happen. This isn't like at the last minute, like how Hurricane Matthew, which was also supposed to hit southeastern North Carolina, but this is coming from a different direction where this has no impeding landmass to stop it. Matthew hugged the coast of Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and finally hit North Carolina. This is not going to be that issue.
Well, and the trough that usually would push it up the coast is not there.
Yeah. So please take heed.
So, okay, Katie wants to know, Colleen's in a mobile home. She should still leave, correct?
Yes, she needs to leave if she's in a mobile home.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Brian.
That is absolutely well. With mobile homes, they are not on a fixed foundation. So when that happens, it's actually going to lift off of those jacks that the mobile home sits on.
Even though they are strapped down to the ground, unless you are double strapped and secured in with a secure foundation, you have nothing.
The hurricane straps are only engaged to 135 miles an hour. So anything stronger than that, aka this storm, is going to pick that mobile home straight off of those straps.
That's what I was saying earlier. Most of the mobile homes, especially in North Carolina on the eastern coast, they're all like basically going to be a category 3 home, which means that they're only built to withstand anything up to a category 3 if they are put properly on that property.
And
meaning
the windows are
secured
only
down
gauged
and
to
everything.
125 miles an
Yes.
hour.
And realistically, with this storm and the potential wind speeds that it has, it not only could lift it up off there, it can pick it up off the ground and toss it into another trailer.
And
Right.
please, if you have any sheds, bolt that shed down with some of those metal straps. Make sure you secure that thing as tightly as possible because that's going to become a projectile. Same with your barbecue. If you have a barbecue, make sure it's nowhere near your house. You
Yeah,
want to
everything-
get rid of any lawn furniture and stick it in the garage as much as you can.
Yeah, your property needs to be picked up.
Yeah, you need to pick up your yard because anything will turn into a missile. And
right.
I bet me and Ghost Mafia can, since we've both been in tornado situations, we've both seen what the damage from a tornado can do, and that is just a localized area. This is going to be a regional area with the same amount of wind force as the F3 tornado.
This is just something else.
My one neighbor is home with a U-Haul packing their stuff up right now to get their whole family out.
They need to head out today, if not early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, they said, is the cutoff where you need to leave.
You guys are
Okay.
36 hours away from seeing the first signs, the rain bands, the winds, the storms.
That's
And
right.
Trust Nancy.
That's still 12 hours before the storm ever gets there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They just updated the 5 o'clock track too, and now they have it more pinned towards Wilmington. So if you're in the Cape Fear River region, if you're in the Neuse River region, if you're in the Black River region, please leave because those rivers are already overflowing. And again, that was the Cape Fear River, the Neuse River, the New River, which is in Jacksonville, the Black River in Pender County. If you're if you're anywhere near those areas, you need to leave. And the Neuse River is the New Bern area. If you're in Emerald Isle or any of the Outer Banks, you were supposed to leave yesterday, and it's God bless you if you're deciding to stay.
And I want to go over just a couple of things real quick. Some of the things that you need to have prepared. The non-perishable items and food that you do not need to cook. Cheese and peanut butter and crackers, beef jerky, applesauce, pudding, fruit cups, granola bars, power bars, cereal bars, packaged nuts, trail mix, fruit snacks, dried fruit, peanut butter, canned fruit with pull tops, um, potentially individually packaged items like goldfish or chips or pretzels, boxed drinks, juice boxes, Vienna sausages with the pull top lids, Pop Tarts, canned tuna. Those are all things that you can have. Another thing that you can do is that you can freeze bottles of water in advance, and you can use them to keep items cold, whether it's food or medication. And then you can also have the water to drink at a later time. You need to make sure that you take out cash in advance.
Make sure your
Because-
cars are gassed up.
Yes, make sure your cars are gassed up. But with cash, if electricity goes out, you're not going to be able to get cash and you're not going to be able to use your card. So make sure that you have cash with you. Of course, all of your medications, and also blankets and jackets. People don't think about being stuck in the rain. You need to make sure that you are able to keep yourself warm or others warm, and check on your neighbors. Make sure that your elderly neighbors or those that are disabled that live close to you have help.
If somebody wants to pull up my screen, this is the new track for this afternoon from the GFS model.
Okay, got it.
Now most of the tracks have it hitting Wilmington like head on. So it is trending further south now. They're getting more of a consensus and a tighter radius gradient over the Cape Fear region. There's still
These
some
things
that are,
wobble.
so it was because of the wobble this morning from the eye wall replacement.
My
Okay,
gosh.
The National Weather Service just sent out a tweet because they keep getting questions of how big Florence is. So to put it in perspective for you guys, tropical storm force winds currently 300 miles wide.
Yes.
Okay, think about that. Storm surge watches and warnings stretch along 450 miles of coastline, and areas expecting 5 inches or more of rain is a 570-mile swath.
Oh my
So
God.
it's just not the coastline that is in danger. So, just keep that in perspective, folks. And one thing that I want to add to Texas's list is, many of us are gun owners in the South.
Amen.
And
Good point. Good point, Paul.
several of us, so if you are evacuating and you are a
Make
gun
sure you have
owner,
plenty of ammo.
well, no, not that.
No,
Either if you
that's not-
can, if you can take your weapons with you. If you
Yes.
cannot, secure them in a gun safe.
And make
Okay,
sure the guns
and-
are not loaded in your vehicle.
Right. And then make sure that you write down the serial numbers of your weapons and take pictures of them. So if your place is looted while you are being while you've been evacuated, and someone uses that weapon to commit a crime, you need to report it, and
You
keep
can be held
everything.
reliable if you do not take the necessary precautions.
Take steps. Put trigger guards on. If you're a responsible gun owner, you've already got trigger guards on, and mine have trigger guards even though they're locked in a safe on top of it.
Oh yeah.
So, be a responsible gun owner. And a lot of people, don't think about that. Make sure you have copies of your important documents with you. Remember that your dishwashers are pretty much watertight. So if you have super, super important documents,
Put 'em in the
throw it
dishwasher.
inside throw them inside the dishwasher in Ziploc bags.
Just make sure nothing is near your windows that's of any value.
Exactly. But-
So here's the updated satellite feed again. See, now it's completed its eye wall replacement, and it's getting its formation back, and it's actually grown in diameter.
Jesus, that is so scary.
All right,
So,
so where are we
okay,
at
I don't
so-
with?
exactly
I wanna-
agree with the whole dishwasher thing, though.
Ghost is up in Iowa or Ohio. He is going to be seeing this all the way up in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be
This
coming
is going to affect anywhere from North Carolina to Canada.
Where are we
Alrighty.
at with Angie and Connie?
We
Are
are
they
right
doing
now,
all
we're
right?
on Colleen. Let's move on.
I'm not
Let's
seeing
move on to
Connie, are you
Simply.
good?
the chat, so if anybody needs their county's directory for the emergency services, please let me know.
Okay, let's move on to let's move on to Simply and then Crystal. So can we put Simply Coastals up?
Yeah, that dishwasher. I've blown a couple dishwashers up with tannerite, and they come apart really easy.
So
They're
here's
90% plastic.
here's the update for everybody.
Wow. Mm-mm-mm.
They're still saying it might stall over North Carolina, which could turn into a Hurricane Harvey situation for North Carolina. There's still that possibility.
Yes, there is.
Can somebody help Coast Life with his PayPal, please? I don't know what you need, Coast, but hi,
If
Rebecca.
anybody has any money, unfortunately, I do not, and I
Janie's
would
been
be
posting
helping
it
people
Uber.
if I had the money. But if you have any money to give to those in need, and I've donated a lot of money to people in need lately, out of just being kind and trying to help others. But I am tapped out this week, so if anybody has any money to donate to anybody's PayPal who's in this direction of this horrible hurricane coming in, please give money to them so they can get out of harm's way.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all coming up here. What we're going to do is we've got Simply Coastal, then we'll do Crystal, and then we're going to do one more for Coast Life, and then I'm good, Rebecca. How are you?
So where does Crystal live?
Crystal is right down
I'm in
Jacksonville.
Onslow County.
Oh,
Yep.
you're in Onslow. Okay. Just please be safe.
I'm off of I'm like I'm off of trying to Piney Green area.
Oh, okay. I know exactly.
Okay, check sorry out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I lived in I don't know if you know where Holly Ridge is, but I lived not too far from
Yeah.
there. I was living there, yeah.
I was in Hampstead for a while and then just left Hampstead and came out this way.
Is it? I love Hampstead. It's so beautiful.
I do too. So pretty out there.
Okay, so
But
could we
I'm on the water side now.
Could we get okay, Kitty, I love you.
If you live on anywhere near Highway 210 in Topsail, get out of that beach right now. Like this is gonna
that's
do
where my
this.
family's at.
This is gonna do worse damage than Hurricane Fran did to Topsail. And Hurricane Fran made landfall in Topsail as a Category 3. And this is going to be worse. Trust me.
And if there's anybody else that needs help,
Sam, I wasn't one of those. I know that they both need it. They're both in the track of this storm, and I would say nothing bad about Trisha or Savage asking for help in this storm. Anyone in the line of this storm that does not can't afford to get out or they need help, I see nothing wrong with anyone asking for help.
I don't think she was pointing a finger at you, was she?
No, she just said there was a lot of people in this room. So I'm just going to say that on my part, I see nothing wrong with Savage or Trisha or Crystal or myself or anyone else asking for help. This is a life-threatening situation coming dead at us.
And if you think that life-threatening situation is an exaggeration, it's not.
No,
but I'll tell you another thing, Sam Telfer. You're coming into my room and starting this shit. We are more than willing to let's hush just a second, please. We are more than willing to help anybody at any given time, but this is not the place or time to start your shit. Okay, now you can say what you need to say.
I personally don't think that a lot of the comments were being made about the people, the individuals that were getting the help last night, I think it was for the unadultness of what the necessities and non-necessities that they were seeing that things were being spent on. I wasn't there. I didn't watch any of the shit. He ran
Hey,
out this.
hey, guys, let's be careful. Let's not turn this into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, like
Let's go back to what
I
we're
don't
doing
even
here.
That's enough.
I don't
Crystal.
even
That's
see
enough.
why.
Yeah.
This is from the North Carolina NOAA office. Right now, the storm is coming at 17 miles an hour, west-northwest, 17 miles an hour. That is rapidly approaching the North Carolina coast. So if you can please get out while you can, you're going to be starting to feel the effects soon.
And guys, it's
Absolutely.
been moving. It's been moving at that same rate for a while, 17 miles an hour.
Without a change.
Is it possible that this could be hitting earlier than Thursday?
It could if it keeps on this 17 miles an hour. But they're expecting it to make a grinding halt as it gets into Thursday.
Right.
Right.
Should I pull the video up for everybody about like all the supplies from NOAA, what they need to have in their vehicles?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, let me see if I can find it again.
I'm sorry, Uber. I'm just like, yeah, you go ahead and do that.
If you can, please don't put your drama on.
Yeah, let's not do any drama.
No.
We're just trying to
I
alert
don't do drama in this
everybody
channel.
out of harm's way and let them know up to date what is happening
Yep.
with this storm.
So anybody comes in with their drama, take them out.
Yep, this is a drama-free zone.
Yep.
We came on here with love and kindness to make sure everybody was safe.
Oh, it's
Now,
Hunter.
if you could just tell them it's a
That's
hurricane
right.
free zone.
A what free zone? What'd you say, Ghost?
Now, if we could just say it was a hurricane free zone,
I know,
Right.
right?
keep that out, you know.
Oh,
Um,
Debbie just said there's also a warning put
Yeah.
for Texas and Louisiana too.
Yeah, that's-
there's a tropical storm gonna hit, if not a low-grade hurricane.
Yeah, it's a tropical depression that just came out this morning.
Yep, I just got that alert.
Early. I mean, oh my gosh, late morning, I think.
If you're in the Corpus Christi area, you need to be aware that there is a tropical storm coming, and you need to also be careful in the next coming days. Because
Mark-
there's going to be a lot of flooding.
Yes, they've already been flooded. It's been flooding for
I was
don't
born
know,
in Texas.
several
I
days.
know how this stuff rolls.
yeah.
Margie said that she is in Delaware. If anybody needs a home, she does have a home. So get a hold of Margie.
Yes, it's definitely something to heed, Debbie. It definitely is.
Love you, Jamie. Thank you. You're fine, Kit Kat. You're fine.
There's a whole lot of people going to be affected by this. Millions.
Yeah, it's upwards.
Millions.
It's upwards of 10 million people plus.
Yeah.
We are just a little speck in the,
Right. Well, it's like I said earlier. If we don't take care of our own, who will? We need to take care of each other, and we each have gifts, and we each have skills that we can use to help, and that's what we need to do, and that's what we're doing.
I appreciate everything anyone's doing for me.
Hey, Red. So glad you all come in. We're going to keep doing Simply Coastal's PayPal for just a few more seconds, and we're moving on to Crystal, and then we're going to do
Right,
Coast-
Crystal.
Coast Life, and then we are done for the afternoon. I do need to sit down and put my legs up. Or I can let this run if you guys want to keep running it, and I can go put my feet up for a few minutes.
I love you too, Danny G.
I actually will
Whatever
have to
you
get
wanna
off
do,
here.
Uber.
I'll be,
You have a
my
show
call.
tonight, and I'll be there tonight.
Yeah, I'm having. Okay, what to pack and what not to pack. This is actually from the Weather Channel.
When hurricane becomes calling, you want to be prepared. Having a well-stocked hurricane kit can go
What's the
a
fate
long
says?
way.
Ghost Mafia, I asked John what the green color means,
With us. Show us some things you put in, including things you put in your own personal kit.
which visual she was talking about.
The green color?
The lines are going to be really long for the things you desperately desperately need when a hurricane is on your doorstep and you're thinking, I got to survive the storm and the potentially nasty and lengthy aftermath? Where do we start? Start with the really life critical items like water. 1 gallon per person per day for 7 days. What I recommend for washing and for cooking. And also, help isn't going to be able to come after a storm. You need a first aid kit for the people and the pets. We need food too. Non-perishable food. You'll often think about crackers and peanut butter and canned goods. But have you thought about the fact that the power is going to be out and you need a manual, not an electric can opener? And think outside the box a little bit. If the power is out, you're not going to be able to have one of those luxurious hot meals. But if you've got a gas grill, get another propane tank right now. And the water you have, boil some spaghetti. It will be a wonderful change of pace from the peanut butter and crackers. There are members of the family that aren't human. We have our pets. We got to take care of those too. Yeah, get the food and their prescriptions. And speaking of prescriptions, fill your prescriptions for your people in your family ahead of time, because the roads might be blocked, the pharmacy might be closed, and some of our prescriptions are pretty important to have. Toiletries make things a lot more convenient as well, but we're a technology.
Talking about that one or not?
For us to stay connected. Yeah, think about what's not going to work. First of all, ATMs won't be working, and credit card machines won't be working.
Rebecca, yeah, we did get storms here this past weekend. We've had a lot of rain, a lot of flooding around the area, hill slides, trees down, power outages around the valley, things like that. And then we're going to have this coming in this weekend. So the ground here is already saturated. It can't take in any more water. We've got, landslides coming down on the hillsides and things like that because the ground is so saturated. But yeah, it's going to be pretty damaging here.
Yes, please.
And that's,
I wish I could stress that enough. Please do not bring your generator inside if you're going to stay.
Cassidy just said it took her 8 hours to drive 70 miles.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, Bless just said they closed Walmart in Charleston, South Carolina. People are mad. They have to drive to other places and get water, etc.
Our Walmart closes at 8 p.m. tonight.
So everybody, listen to that. The Walmart. Sorry, my screen's okay. I'm back. Everybody, please stay tuned to the closures of the hardware and grocery stores to make sure you can get your supplies. Don't miss out, and if you miss out, it's going to be too late.
So, okay, let's move on to. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is Crystal, and then or Coastal Life, and then Crystal. Sorry if I'm getting those two mixed up.
Janie, can you drop Coast Life's PayPal?
And Coast Life is in Darlington, correct?
Where is he at?
He is actually half a mile from me.
Oh, okay. So he's in like
Morehead City.
Morehead City. Okay. I've been there many times. Very beautiful coastline right there.
Yeah, it is.
So right now it looks like it's just keeping growing, and the eye wall is still very, very symmetrical.
Good job, Sunny Shores. If you're old like me, ask a neighbor to help you get you out of town. Don't sit there and cry. People go next door and take an older person out of town with you in your car. Help each other survive.
If you have neighbors that need help who are elderly and you have some extra room in your car, offer your services to get them out, because they are not going to have an easy time getting out of this storm.
Yeah, I wish I had a van.
The Bible says, "Love thy neighbor" for a reason. We got to take care of the elderly and the people that need us the most.
That's right. Yep. This is not a joking matter, folks.
No. See, right here on the left-hand side, there is a little bit of sneaky shears, what we used to call it in weather class. And the shears kind of picking apart the outer bands here. But the problem with that is it's also making the hurricane expand.
Does anybody know what the local animal shelter number would be in Darlington County?
Okay, let me pull that up.
And let me pull up what Ghost is showing. Oh my gosh, what is that? That's
this.
That's the
Holy-
same thing that's on my screen, right? But just the satellite image.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Darlington County, South Carolina Animal Services. The animal shelter is going to be the animal shelter right now is closed.
Oh no. They're closed, Katie.
That number is 843-398-4402.
Thank you, Izzy.
I was just going to say they're evacuating animals from the Norfolk animal shelters up here to the DC area. They started doing that today. So the shelters right there in the middle of the path may not be taking animals. They're likely moving the animals inland that they already have.
Mm-mm-mm.
God, this hurricane looks so scary. I would not want to be on the East Coast. I would have evacuated yesterday.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because I actually had an evacuation route to Asheville, North Carolina when I lived in Wilmington during Matthew, because that was supposed to hit us as a category 4. And at the last 48 hours, we decided to stay because I saw some trends of it. I based it off of my instinct, which isn't the smartest thing to do. If you watch do not pay attention at 48 hours and make a decision then. Make it before 48 hours.
Exactly.
Life
Like,
lesson.
like Cassidy said, it took her 8 hours to travel 70 miles.
I just have like stupid curiosity when it comes to storms, and that's what I call it. I just love and I'm addicted to storms. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay and watch this thing.
Oh my
Not a
gosh.
good idea.
Uber.
What, honey?
We're gonna skip me, go back to Angie and Connie.
And if you're gonna stay in your house, one rule of advice, and I learned this the hard way when our front, and that was during Hurricane Matthew, our back window exploded because a tree branch went right through the hurricane glass.
Oh my.
So
Oh,
that was just a Cat 1. This is a Cat 4 or a 5. So
Right.
make sure all that stuff in your backyard, it does not become a missile. Make sure everything is strapped down and put away from your windows.
Mm-mm-mm.
Because your barbecue, if it's a smaller barbecue, it's going to be in your neighbor's yard or your upstairs room. It's going to go airborne. Same with the trampoline. If you have a trampoline, get it out the hell out of your yard and cut the trampoline material. The what do they call it? Like that elastic stuff. Cut that so it doesn't become a parachute.
Kim Kiefer wants to know about what patients about using oxygen. You call your oxygen place, you tell them that you need backup oxygen tanks immediately. Or you go and get them if you can. Take somebody with you.
And
Like,
what city is he in?
What's that? HS?
What city is he in?
I don't know. Kim Kiefer was just asking, I think, out of curiosity.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Well, if he needs to pull up information, like,
Or you get a hold of your fire department.
yeah, get a hold of the fire department in your county.
Uber, I'm going to have to jump off and feed the kids.
Okay, honey. You call me in the morning.
I'm going to call you when we head out. Well, I won't call you at 6 a.m. because it'll be way early. But I will call you when I know you're up and moving.
Okay, and then we'll go on again tomorrow. But make sure you let me know what's
I
going
don't know where
on.
we're going to be, but we will be on the road.
Okay, even if you have to call in by the phone.
All right, love you. Love
love you
everyone.
too.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, stay safe.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on now to Lit Hot. Let's get her PayPal up there.
Okay, let me pull up the National Weather Service again.
Okay. I want to thank once again everybody for coming in. Thank you so much.
Update on the National Weather Service. I wanted to show you about watches and warnings. I'm not able to pull it up here. Let me try to make it its own window, maybe.
And again, guys, we're sharing all this information not to make anybody scared or panic. We want to inform you so that you know what you need to do and when, who you need to call, what you need to take with you. Because if you're prepared, then you're not going to be as scared.
Okay, so here's the latest cities to be under, looks like hurricane warning. This goes for, wow, this goes almost all the way in towards Goldsboro. Cities include Kenansville, Jacksonville, New Bern, Morehead City, up towards Columbia, Nags Head, Edenton, Greenville. Greenville is quite a bit inland. If you've ever been to the southeast or North Carolina, Greensville is pretty far inland, and that is now under a hurricane warning.
Wow.
And then panning southward into the southern counties, we have Horry County, North or South Carolina. We have Brunswick County, New Hanover County. We also have Duplin County and Pender and Onslow under a hurricane warning at this moment. So far, we only have a hurricane watch for Lumberton and areas around Whiteville. So that's Columbus and Bladen County.
Why don't we go ahead and put Lidhot's and Angie's PayPal in there, guys. We'll do that at the same time because people are asking. If
So
you don't
there's
mind,
no
please.
watchers or warnings
Yeah.
for Raleigh yet. Raleigh is not affected yet, but it's getting close. There is a now a tropical storm watch all the way to Rocky Point, North Carolina. Or Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Rocky Point is under a hurricane warning. Fayetteville is now under a hurricane watch. So Fayetteville is 158 miles inland, and there's a hurricane watch.
Wow. Oh, my word.
Paula, if you will share Angie's, I'll share Lid's.
Live in Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
Who does?
I said I used to live in Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Rocky Mount's a nice place too. It's a cool town. There's
You
just
know, I
not
did. Let me
really
find
much
Boomer.
there. Kenansville, which is north of Jacksonville. It's a more of a rural area, is now under a hurricane warning. And Kenansville is pretty decently far inland.
HSFL, are you on Twitter?
Yeah, under HSFL Paranormal, it's gonna be actually listed on the.
Why
Twitter
do all of us
thing.
people have the same interests?
Boomer Rock says if you have some old tube socks, fill them with kitty litter and use them, put them up against your door.
Yeah, that can help, but I mean, I think there's gonna be a lot more water than what people think.
Mm-hmm.
So even as far as inland Duplin County, and this is the area around Kenansville, North Carolina, the National Weather Service is saying for almost 48 hours that there's going to be tropical storm and hurricane force wind.
Oh, my word.
This is the latest update. I'll pull up Wilmington area. I know the zip code. I don't need to put in Wilmington.
President Trump approves Virginia emergency declaration.
And he approved.
Thank God.
They've all been approved, I think.
Yeah. North and South Carolina and Virginia have now been approved.
Yeah, Trump declared a state of emergency for those states earlier.
Okay,
Yeah.
so tropical storm force wind is going to start on Wednesday night.
This Shannon, yes. Right now, we're good.
If anybody didn't hear me, once again, Wednesday night, if you're in the Wilmington greater area, tropical storm force wind with possible hurricane conditions are possible as early as Wednesday night.
That's 24 hours away, guys.
Yes.
24 hours.
It is not very long away.
And explain what that is. Tropical force winds.
So
What is-
tropical force wind is anything from 45 to 73 miles per hour. Is that correct, Ghost?
Yep.
So 45 to 73 miles per hour. Hurricane force wind is anything from 74 up to as high as the San Franciscan scale
Now,
goes.
mind you, this can be sustained winds, not just
That's
wind
right.
gusts.
Oh,
This
yes.
can be
That's right.
Just
This is going to
constant
be
blowing at
sustained
70
winds
miles
up
an
to
hour.
150
That's-
miles an hour.
That's what I want us, because I can't talk very well. That's what I want you guys to explain to the people that don't understand the terminology like we do, what this means.
It's not like your house just getting hit by a gust of wind. It's going to be getting hit with that gust, and that gust is going to last for hours.
Right.
And so if the wind is 150 miles an hour sustained, that means the gust coming out of nowhere will hit at over 175 miles per hour. That is
Jeez, oh,
horrific.
jeez.
That can take a person off their feet standing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, 150 can take somebody off their feet pretty easily. And it only takes 6 inches of water to make your car start floating.
That's right.
And only a few more inches to knock you off your feet. And they're expecting close to over 2 feet of rain, and that is not even the storm surge, which is supposed to be 8 to 12 feet.
Oh my gosh, it is so scary.
Wilmington has never had surge this bad.
Just to kind of let people know, there are 2 different kinds of states of emergency, one that's declared by a governor and then one that's declared by the president. And what that has to do with is that now, since Trump signed the state of emergency for those states, they can be emergency allocations for things like additional food stamps and stuff like that for people in those areas that are affected, emergency housing allowances, things that run through FEMA. It also frees up money to reimburse the localities for overtime expenses and stuff like that related to this, because this can absolutely devastate a community's budget and everything.
This will bring in FEMA. This will bring in the North Carolina, the South Carolina, the Virginia state military, the National Guard into those areas to help pick up what was damaged and the people who are still left behind.
Yeah, it's critical for the recovery phase to have things like this, the state of emergencies and everything in place as early as the president can. So
and it's crazy because Wilmington just totally finally just started to finish rebuilding itself. They, from all the rains and the damage from last year's snowstorm, like
it also opens up government grants that people can get to help them rebuild their homes and things like that.
Exactly.
Right.
So
and like a lot when in 2016, October 7th, 2016, when Hurricane Matthew had hit in southeastern North Carolina as a Cat 1, I saw probably 60 trees that had fallen on people's homes, and this is a Category 4.
And like they were saying earlier, much of this area is already saturated.
Yes, southeastern North Carolina, northern South Carolina, and Virginia have already seen upwards of 60 plus inches of rain this year so far. Let me actually pull that number up for southeastern North Carolina, so I have an exact number.
Yeah,
That actually
Sunny
goes
Shore
as
said,
far up as like parts of Michigan.
up as far as
Ohio,
Michigan.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the 60 inches, all the rain that we've been getting here recently and this summer.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like a sponge. You can only pour so much water into a sponge before it pulls on the top and runs off the side. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Okay, so now they are making indication that it's going to reach Cat 5 strength.
Oh my word.
So that is greater than 157 miles an hour.
This is crazy.
So Wilmington has seen 64.13 inches for the year already. And they're supposed to get another 8 to 12.
Wow, look at that picture.
So
Woo.
that, if anybody has seen,
That was taken this morning.
oh, is that Florence?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, he said it was taken this morning.
I was just about to say this looks like a supercell thunderstorm over Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
So what this is right here, I will try to screen share his screen share if I can, so I can describe what's going on here. This right here with my mouse, this is what's called a shelf cloud, and this thing is created because, oh man, never mind, that's not gonna work. So I'm back. That is because the wind is sculpting those edges right there. So that's how you get those creepy looking mothership looking. It looks like the Independence Day ship.
Stryads.
And that's called a cumulonimbus cloud. Supercell. What a hurricane basically is a supercellular convective complex that is rapidly rotating around a low pressure system at a high rate of speed.
And you get this wall cloud back here. You can't really see it in the picture too well, but that's your wall clouds where you're going to have a lot of smaller, like tornadic winds spinning around the outside of it.
And
That's where they're
tornadoes
calling for like tornadoes.
everybody's information.
off.
Tornadoes can only be formed in a supercell.
Bish with 2Bs has a very good thing to say. If you have time, video record your home valuables today so that, God forbid, if you need to file a homeowner's claim or a renter's claim, you have some reference.
Photo
Very good point.
documentation is key.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you have all your documentation for your insurance papers and everything handy.
When they
Put up
video,
safe place.
And just an FYI for folks who are evacuating, Gas Buddy, the website, is now tracking gas stations that are out of fuel.
Good
So
idea,
you can go to
Paula.
Gas Buddy and check in your area to see what gas stations still have gas, so that you can evacuate.
Is that an app or
It's an app, but it's also a website.
okay, Gas Buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
here's this morning's satellite feed from space.
hang on just a second. Let me. Jeez, oh Pete's. Crazy. Crazy, crazy.
What warning system apps would you guys recommend for people to add on their phone?
The Weather Channel, I would highly recommend people getting. Also, it's called Hurricane Tracker. The Insignia looks like this one right here at the top. Get this app, and both of these Hurricane Tracker apps right here are excellent.
The Red Cross Hurricane Tracker is really good too.
This one will pull up everything the National Weather Service is putting out.
And do y'all have a recommendation for a free radar app?
For a free radar app, I recommend it's called My Radar, and it is free. There's advertisements at the bottom, but it is free, and it does HD graphics, layering. It also you can turn on the storm chasers will pop up on there, and you can literally click on them and see their video feeds and things like that.
So that's what My Radar looks like.
Oh, hang on just a second. Sorry, my bad.
And what app is that, HSFL?
This is My Radar, the one that Ghost was just talking about.
Yeah, it'll show you wind directions, wind speeds.
Right.
And
so right now there are thunderstorms nailing the North Carolina coast and inland areas right now.
Wow.
And this is not even the storm. And
Yeah, we're still 24 hours out.
It'll actually show you the up-to-date timing and wind direction of the hurricane.
Wow.
And it'll show exactly up to the neighborhood where this thing is going to land when it updates. So right now they have a projected landfall at this current time just south of Surf City, which is in Pender County, North Carolina. It's actually going to cross over the neighborhood I just moved from, believe it or not.
Oh my word.
So
Hi, Mrs. Ghost.
Hi, Uber.
So if you live on this is going to cross over Highway 210 and Highway 17. This is Hurricane Florence's projected path. You're in this area, please get out. This is where north of Highway 17 is going to get the worst of this damage.
Wow. Mariah, yes. I think Simply said something too that he might be able to help him get out. But yes, if you could, that would be wonderful.
Trust me, if I was still living there, I would definitely be pulling people out.
Okay, Uber, I'm going to jump off here for a little bit, spend a little time with the wife before.
Okay, honey. Thank you, and I will see you tonight.
Yeah, I look forward to being there tonight.
Okay, guys, I am going to have to get off of here and take a break. I want to thank everybody for coming in. HSFL, thank you so much. We're going to be back here every day at noon if you're interested.
Okay.
We're going to be back here. Oh, great. Thank you. So Ghost, I want to thank you.
That's noon Eastern or noon Western?
Noon our time, Pacific.
Okay, I'll be here.
Yes. Hi, Rock. Ghost, thank you. Give the wife a hug and kiss. Paula, as usual, I love you so much. And of course, Farmer, I love you too. I want to thank everybody. Thank you so much for all your help. We'll be back tomorrow, noon Pacific Standard Time, and we will get the latest update. Please do, if you need me, we can handle things if you can watch, listen. I will do that, Janie. I will be definitely sitting and watching. Definitely. Oh, tall boy. Okay, everybody. I love you all. And thank you very, very, very much. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Stay safe, guys.